Okay. Welcome everybody to your Friday night fun one. It is Kahuna TV. We are streaming live, and just because I didn't hit record yet, I'll do that again. So, okay. Welcome everybody to your Friday night fun one. This is Big Kahuna with Kahuna TV live for your Friday night in lockdown, Sydney. The 7th week in a row? We are completely and utterly locked down. It's tough, but if you are out there, please say hello. I'd love to make your acquaintance. Two viewers. I got two of them. So if you are watching, make sure you jump into the chat. Say hello because it's going to be a good evening, a good night, and a fun one for everyone. We're going to do a couple of different things today, including the usual show-off thing where I get to show everyone how smart I am and do a bit of Sale of the Century as we stroll down memory lane. Bit of nostalgia, some Tony Barber, some Glenn Ridge, anything 90s and 2000s is always a good time. So that's what we're going to be doing. That is what we're going to be doing. I'm looking really orange right now, aren't I? Let's see if I can mix that up a bit. Why am I looking so orange? Let's change this one. Less orange. Still a little bit orange. All right. How is everyone going? Anyone out there, say hello. Checking the chat, checking all that sort of thing. No one's there yet, but that's all right because we're having a good time. So I'm still trying to work out some of the streaming stuff. But again, welcome. I hope everyone is staying safe, staying well, staying warm. It's actually warming up though, isn't it? Winter. If you are at all having a tough time during lockdown, just know that you're not alone. I'm here for you, and I'm going to be watching stuff, having some fun, enjoying myself, and hopefully you are too. So come on over and pop into the chat, say hello, and we'll get started very shortly. I'm just trying to figure out how do I edit this? Edit. Don't want to edit that. No, still no good. Let's try Facebook Gaming. Still no one watching me, so it doesn't really matter at this point, I guess. Anyway, it is Friday night. Of course, this is how we do it. It's Friday night. Everything's alright. Party's here on the west side. Slip to my 40 and I throw it up. Something. Got the keys to my truck. And the hearts of playing. If you're OG Mac or a wannabe player, it's good. It's so good tonight. So hit yourself up in the truck. Montel Jordan 6'8". For all the ladies, you got much flavor. South Central does it like nobody does. For all my ladies, you got much flavor. Like nobody does. Get some echo to that. Here we go. Gaming. Type game. Still no one watching. That's alright. I got my 2 viewers, and that's all apparently. But you know what? It's just me. Me and my friend, all my friends living up to my name, living up to the copy this link. I'm going to go to my normal Facebook homepage. I'm going to paste it to my thing. Hey, Sam liked the stream. Does that mean you're watching, Sam, or you just hit like for because, you know, I told you to kind of thing? If you are watching, Sam, please feel free to say hello. Stop on by, all that sort of thing. Let's get going though, because I'm waiting around. She is watching. Sam, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're okay at home. We miss you, obviously. And I know that homeschooling is doing a number. We're in the exact same position, exact same boat, trust me. But we're going to get going with a little bit of, I don't know actually. Maybe we'll start off with some Sale of the Century. And I still can't get my settings right because I'm a weirdo. Yeah, we miss you too. And we just got extended to the end of September, apparently. Hopefully that's getting close to the end of it. But knowing the geniuses we have here in Sydney, it's probably not going to be. The tighter the restrictions get, the harder it's meant to be. But still, the numbers keep on going up. We're getting more and more vaccinations. We're getting more and more lockdown. People aren't really going to be going anywhere. Bunnings is, in fact, closing to all customers. So that's a sign of the times. Why it didn't happen a while ago, I'll never know. But here we are, end of September, and we hopefully get out of it by then. I guess we'll find out, though, right? We're going to find out very, very soon. But like I said, let's do some Sale of the Century, just to have a bit of fun. Started off with a good one. I'm hoping that I get a really good score, and I can go for another shot here. How's that look? Looking good. Fingers crossed we need Christmas to happen. Yeah, I know. I was just saying to Rebecca how in, 9 days or whatever, Aurora's going to have a party via Zoom, or she's going to be at home in lockdown for her birthday, and then who knows what after that. I think Bex is in October, then we got Christmas. I'm hoping we definitely need Christmas to happen. I'm hoping we're out of it long before then. But it takes all of us pulling together, I guess, to make that happen, so we're going to find out. But let's go. Sale of the Century, back in time. I don't have any details as to when this episode was. But, as always, we have an elegant luggage collection, which everybody loves. We're talking Alfa Romeo times.
All on Australia's premier quiz, Sale of the Century. And now here's Glen Ridge.
Thank you very much, Peter. Hi everyone, how are you?
Glen Ridge. We're in Glen Ridge time.
Second night back for the year. We had a great game last night, a very close finish, and we also have a new carryover champ. So let's get straight into the game, and would you please...
Super zoomed in. Whoever uploaded the video is like trying to get widescreen going on. Instead they just cut their head off.
Hey, Jay, how are you? Good, real good. Tuesday night, back into it again.
I'm excited about this year.
Well, I think it's going to be a big year. We've got some great things lined up. Our cash jackpot, for example, tonight is at $280,000, so that's adding up.
Handy over Christmas?
For sure. And also, as we saw last night, we do have some changes to the way the game is being played this year. We will now start the game with 3 contestants, as we did last night, but we will be eliminating. The elimination is still there. The lowest scoring player will be eliminated at the end of round.
Eliminating? Why are we eliminating?
So that head-to-head into the fast money. And that's always the exciting part to find out.
Alright, well, I've got to make sure that I stay in until elimination.
From last night, Simon?
He's back with us again, so let's reintroduce him.
This is our carryover champion, Simon Fallon from Alexandria Hills, Queensland. Last night, Simon trailed by $5 going into the Mad Minute, but a purple patch set him up for a great win. He joins us for his second night, risking a refrigerator valued at $5,500.
Hello, Simon.
Hi, Glenn.
It is the fridge that kids would kill for, though, because it's got the ice cubes in the water and all that.
Oh, they'd love that. They really did.
Now, we could forget about you here for a while, and Simon and I could talk about cars here, because you're a bit of a petrol head, aren't you, Simon?
Oh, a little bit, Glenn. You could say that.
You going to come to Melbourne or get
I
down
think
to
this
Melbourne
guy's.
for the Grand Prix, maybe?
I think I recognise his face, so he might actually do pretty
Indy's
good.
Probably more the go. I'd love to
We're gonna
come
find
down and
out.
see the Grand Prix, but
Indy's a
Indy's a
fantastic
bit
event
closer.
too.
You don't have to forget me. I like my cars.
Can you put something into it? Something to the conversation? Good luck tonight, Simon.
Thanks,
Off
mate.
the cars, into the game. We
Let's
do
go,
have two
Simon.
challenges for you. Are they, Karina?
Our first challenger is a librarian. She enjoys entering competitions and singing, and she'd love to have a superpower. From
It's good.
Kew,
It's a good-
Victoria,
good
welcome
superpower.
Rebecca Lupton.
Good ambition.
G'day, Glenn. Our second challenger is a social worker. He brews his own beer and once lived underground while working in Cooper Pedy. From Kensington Gardens, South Australia, welcome.
Just going to
Frank
adjust my
Benedict.
camera
Great to have
slightly.
you with us. Actually spent some time in Cooper Pedy late last year and had a great time. So
Yeah, that's a
hello
bit
to
better.
everyone up there.
That's a little bit better. Happy with that.
May not be a good idea. Hey, let's get into the game. $20 starting money for all of our players.
All right, here we go.
See you in the gift
Play
shop.
along.
Okay, now Simon, as we mentioned, you are risking the fridge, $5,500 worth. So to you and all of our players, good luck. First question. A favourable judgment when proof of blame or guilt is inconclusive is called the benefit of the what? Rebecca?
Doubt.
Doubt.
Right. The opening lines of which Elvis Presley hit are, well, since my baby left me, I found Rebecca.
Heartbreak Hotel.
That's correct, I found a new place to dwell. Sounded by the vibration of the
Off
lips
to a good
against
start.
a cup mouthpiece is which wind instrument used in the military for signalling?
Trumpet.
Frank.
bugle.
That's right.
Damn it.
Here's a visual question. Pictured here is which Melbourne landmark? Rebecca.
Captain Cook's
Melbourne
Cottage.
That's
sucks.
correct. Beginning with E is what term for the theft of money entrusted to one's care? Rebecca.
Embezzlement.
Embezzlement is correct.
Oh,
You're playing
of
very
course.
well, Rebecca. A good start to the game.
Of course.
You're on $40.
Feeling
Frank's
silly.
on 25. Simon, the champ, very quiet at the moment, Simon, but still a long way to go. So, Rebecca, you have the opportunity to buy in the gift shop, and here is Karina.
Hey, I want to send a shout out, Ed, Lucian. How you going, bro? I'm doing, man. My week's been good, man. Still no multi-chat. You're not turning up. I can see you in Twitch. I've got the multi-stream chat tab selected. I swear to you. Look, I'll even. How do I? Let's do this. I'll even show you on my thing. We'll go to this one, and I'll do this. Wait, is that working? Oh, you can't see it. The capture's not up there. But yeah, like there's nothing up there. I don't know why. I don't know why. But yeah, I can't figure it out. I'm gonna have to have like some sort of stream slobs mentor or tutor or something like that anyway. But yeah, week's been good, man. No, it's not showing the multi-stream chat. That's the problem. I don't know what's going on with it. I'm looking at your chat via Twitch. I've got Twitch open in a separate thing. Obviously, I've got Slobs open. It's got multi-stream is selected, but I only ever see Facebook. I don't know what's going on with it. So, no multi-stream for me, man. No multi-stream for me, apparently. So, yeah. Yeah, I know. Obviously, I'm streaming to all three at once because that's where people are seeing me. You're seeing me on Twitch. Other people see me on Facebook. So the people on Facebook, I'm having a discussion right now with someone on Twitch. So they're chatting on Twitch and you can't see the chat at all. So even if I go here, it's only Sam's beautiful name coming up here. And you can't see... That's it. You can't see the Twitch side of it. But maybe we'll get more people. No, I'm not crazy. So what should be happening, right? In case you're not aware, I'm streaming to 3 platforms at once. There's an ability via this software that I use called Streamlabs, which means I'm streaming live concurrently on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Now, the program that I'm using should be able to draw all three chats from each of those. If someone's watching it on YouTube and they put a comment, I should be able to see it at the same time as someone from Facebook and the same time as Twitch. But unfortunately, I'm not. I only ever see Facebook, and the person from Twitch is like completely separate. So if I mention one person on one stream and another person on another stream, they think I'm completely insane. Which, yeah, I don't know why it's not coming through. I'm going to have to do some troubleshooting. I just keep hoping that it's going to fix itself without actually doing anything about it, which is kind of how I live my life. You just hope for the best, but don't actually want to do anything. Because essentially, I'm lazy. And if it involves doing extra stuff, it usually falls by the wayside. So just because of that, I'm not saying I'm not crazy, Sam, but there is a reason why I was talking to what seemingly talk to myself. So yeah. But let's keep going. We'll go back to this one. This one looks good. And let's get going again.
You'll never be out of reach when you pocket this fan.
Now he's come to Facebook. Thanks for that, Ed. Just so everyone could see that you're a real person. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. People out there, if you are watching via Facebook, you can head over to Twitch, and there's this thing called, seemingly this is what all streamers do. So I want to feel like I'm part of the crew, part of the clique, and be an actual streamer. There's a thing called Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime, right? If you have Amazon Prime, and I don't want to necessarily be a shill for Jeff Bezos because the dude can buy his own dick rocket. So he's certainly rich enough. He's the richest man in the world by a lot. Oh, I heard a stat today, right? And I couldn't believe it. Jeff Bezos makes $85,000 a year as a salary. Let's go back to this just so, you know, we got a little bit more gravitas, if you will. Jeff Bezos makes $85,000 a year as his salary, right? The rest of his fortune is basically in shares and, you know, non-liquid holdings. It's not like he could probably get access to a lot of money very fast, obviously a lot more than anyone on the planet, but he makes $85,000 a year. And I heard a stat today. I think they calculated it right. I haven't checked it. I'm basically doing the thing that everyone does on Facebook, and that when you hear something, you just repeat it because you said it, so therefore it's real. Why do I need to fact check it, apparently? And then I pass it on to you, and we perpetuate the whole human centipede of information, right? I consume information. I'm like, rah, 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 that's garbage. And then I shit it out, and then other people eat it and pass it on. And that's the circle of life, right? But this is a stat that I heard, and it absolutely blew my mind, that you could make $200,000 a day. $200,000 per day since the birth of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Since the birth of Jesus Christ, you make $200,000 a day, and you would not be richer than Jeff Bezos. Is that right? Does that math correctly, do you reckon? I don't know if it does. Let's find out. Let me do... let's try this, and we'll do 2,000 years. Let's go, or 2,000. The hell? Oh, my numlock's not on. 2,050. Let's do 2,050 times 365 equals 748,250, right? Times 200,000 equals, how much is that? What is that number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's million there. That's billion. Yeah, look, he has more than that. That's 149. Is that 149 billion? 6 zeros would be million. Yeah, $200,000 a day. Is this? Am I reading this right? I can't get numbers. There's too many numbers. Like when you go and talk about bank accounts, and mine is minus, is generally averaging around minus money. Yeah. Yeah. So that's right. That math is freaking right because what is Jeff Bezos' value? Bezos net worth 2021. $185 billion. So yeah, $200,000 a day. If you make $200,000 every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and you did it for 2,050 years, you would have less money than Jeff Bezos. Does that seem like... That doesn't even seem legal, right? That should not be a thing. This guy is a piece of shit. I love his service, and that's why he's so rich, that I spend so much money with Amazon because of their free postage and super fast shipping, and I'm turning into a shill for him again. But anyway, if this guy, right, has more money than if you had $200,000 every day, not bad for a dude who looks like a potato. Yeah. Yeah. It's super depressing. Liana! Hey, Lily. Good to see you. So this guy, right, has this much money, $186 billion. And they're tipping that by 2040, he's going to be the first ever trillionaire, which is insane. Like, I feel like at this point, money should not be a thing. It doesn't even, like, compute because you just have so much of it. When you're this rich, you shouldn't even be worrying about business anymore. It should be about bettering the world and changing the world. And seeing that he's bettering the world is to fucking make a giant dick rocket so he can go to the moon. It says what a piece of crap he is. I wish he was doing more. He could cure so much stuff. He could end world hunger. He could end world poverty like that. But he chooses not to, right? And still I give him money. Still I do, because the convenience and all that is insane. But if you want to stick it to this man, who, if you make $200,000 every single day for over 2,000 years, you will still be poorer than him. If you want to stick it to this man and you have Prime, if you have Amazon Prime, you can go over to Twitch and do a free, included in your Prime membership is what they call a Twitch Prime subscription. Every month you can give your favorite streamer on Twitch a free Twitch Prime subscription. It equates to about $9, which Jeff Bezos will get $5 back or $4.50 back. We split it 50-50 because that's how generous he is. He's got $186 billion, but he wants that $5, that $4.50 from the free thing that he gives. He goes, you can give this for free, but I'm going to take half of it back. Right? So that's how he makes his money, I guess, because a poor person gets rid of them. But if you want to stick it to him, go over to Twitch, use your Prime membership, sign up, you got Prime, you link Twitch to Prime, and then you can go to my channel and go, here's a gift subscription, and I get about $4.50. But if you can do that every month. And by the way, it doesn't auto-renew, right? And this is another smart thing, and it's why, again, he's the richest man on the planet he's richer than Jesus. He's literally richer than God. The reason why it doesn't auto-renew is because they know that to remember to do it every single month, I have to go in there and click the thing. I'm going to forget. Then you don't get the free money. So they're like, we're so generous. We're going to give you a free subscription to your favorite streamer that you can support them. But you need to remember to do it every 4 weeks. Otherwise, we're going to keep it. So it's shady. It's completely shady. But that's the man that you can stick it to by going over Twitch and giving me your free Prime subscription. So anyway, let's get back to some Sale of the Century. If you are watching for the first time, we are playing Sale of the Century. What I like to do is answer all the questions as best I can and beat the champions. You can see my little scoreboard here. I'm currently sitting on 25. If we see something cool, like, for example, some luggage, silverware, strange lamps that are shaped like a Jeff Bezos rocket, which was famous last week, I might bid on them. I might buy them. I might do all that sort of thing. I don't have a buzzer, so I can't say whether I beat them to the thing or not. It's just, did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? I get the points either way, or lose the points if I get it wrong. Okay, so let's keep going. Answer along at home if you're playing.
Fantastic mobile phones.
So, for example, here
The 3688 Plus
we have some dope. I had this phone.
Useful tools. While this accomplishes
This is the phone I had.
Phone and personal organizer.
StarTAC. Is this StarTAC?
Check the news and the stock market. All
I had a Motorola
from
StarTAC. I freaking
touch
love this phone,
screen.
man.
Including accessories, it's normally $2,198, but tonight just $7 from Motorola.
I mean, mine was like, you know, $300 plus $50 a month for
Now, Rebecca,
24 months in an exorbitant contract you can't get out
do
of.
you enjoy winning things?
Yes.
Now, have you won anything? in the
Strawberry
Christmas
Oak
package?
for my Friday night drinks.
And for just $7.
Cheers.
Going once.
This is a home office.
You'll still be in the lead. Going twice.
Yeah, I know
And
it's
of
a
course,
deal.
I'm not in the lead, so I
Deal.
can't.
Yes,
I
good
can't
luck.
bid on this. I
Good
can't
luck,
get
no
it.
problem. $6. Well, came in on 6. Well done, Rebecca. You've bought there. You'll love that. And you're still in the lead on $34.
All right,
Back to the questions.
let's go.
Which Australian member of the International Olympic Committee last November announced, Rebecca?
Kevin Gosper?
No, announced her
So time
retirement
specific.
from competitive swimming, Susie O'Neill. In terms of our new tax system, the acronym BAS stands literally...
Business activity
Business
statement.
activity statement.
That's exactly right. For what statement?
Thank you.
Time for brain drain. So before we get into it, as I mentioned last night, there have been a slight change to the way this question is being played. Once the question reaches the $5 zone, there is no time limit. So the question is over when I actually finish reading all of the clues, and at the end of that last clue, there will be 3 seconds remaining.
Brain drain.
All of our other questions on sale. So it's still the $20, $15 and $10 and the $5 to be picked up. Time for brain drain. Ready, players? Here's the question. I'm a body of water. I reach a depth of 240 metres and have a length of about 36 kilometres. The sharp rise and fall of my water level and the great depth near my shoreline ensures scant flora in my waters. My watershed extends to more than 1,800 square... Rebecca?
Dead Sea?
No. Back to the question. And I'm fed by several rivers, including the Oik and the Enric. I form part of a system of waterways
No,
across
I'm
my
out.
country that Thomas... Simon.
Loch Ness?
I am Loch Ness, yes, well answered in the
Oh, wow.
Simon. And,
They,
that takes you
they
on
didn't get to the
$35
point where they say we're famous for having a
$45.
dinosaur in
On
it.
with the questions. Starring, respectively, Douglas Fairbanks and Tyrone Power were the 1920 and 1940 versions of the film The Mask of Who? Rebecca?
Zorro.
Zorro.
That's correct. Close game, just one question.
I said the French
separating
version.
Rebecca and Simon.
Zorro.
Players may lay down their hands when their unmatched cards total 10 points or less in the game of Gin what? Simon?
Rummy.
Rummy?
Correct. First of our famous
Okay.
questions for tonight, $10 being placed behind one of our famous faces. Who am I?
Glen Ridge.
Born in New York in 1921 and dying in 1992, I played baseball for the Chicago Cubs and Brooklyn Dodgers and was also a professional basketballer. When my
Whoa.
sporting career ended in my early 30s,
Digital
I
athlete.
turned to acting and after a number of bit parts
What?
began playing lead roles in dozens of largely forgettable B-grade movies such as Hot Rod Girls and Captain Nemo, and also, Captain Nemo and the Underwater City. A tall, rangy, long-jawed actor, I appeared in Old Yeller and Soylent Green, but gained wider
Charlton
popularity
Heston.
on television in such series as Cowboy in Africa, The Thrill Seeker, and as a rancher and single father in The Rifleman. With the first name of Chuck, Simon.
Chuck Norris?
No. And a surname beginning with C, Frank.
Connors.
I am Chuck Connors, that's correct.
I got that wrong.
Well answered, Frank. In the nick of time. Now, you've been fairly quiet up until
Never
now.
heard of Chuck
The
Connors.
$10 is behind one of our famous faces. And tonight they are
Keeping us well informed, Brian Henderson.
National
I said Charlton Heston
Names.
simply
James
based on
Hazelrigg.
Soylent
Great
Green.
series, Malcolm in the Middle.
John
Okay.
Burgess,
Burjo's catchphrase.
Burjo.
Burke's backyard.
Nope,
Logan Thornton,
no idea.
Lagan comes from Craigmore in South Australia. Barry
I like that
Gibson,
this bloke's
Gilda,
now-
and enjoys
he's probably my
playing
age.
with
He's
Lego.
like
So it's
40.
great to have you with us, Logan.
Tony Scanlon,
Water Rats.
Noah Weil,
ER.
Clodagh Crow,
Noah Wiley.
Hospital
and Martin Sheen.
from West
Weil?
Wing. So
Weil,
Barry, which
Wiley.
of those faces would you like?
Martin Sheen.
Well, my
I
daughter's
can't
not
pick
so
right now
so
because I
I'll
didn't
go
get the
with
question,
Clodagh
but
Crow, please.
Good luck. Here's Clodagh.
I like
and Hospital.
President Jed Bartlett. If only we could have him as a real president. Look at that. I told you, man, this show is the best. He won a freaking hairdryer. He won a freaking hair straightener and a hairdryer. That's what he just won.
$40. And before we go to the break, our viewers' question for today, February the 13th. On this day in 1960, which country exploded its first atomic bomb? We'll be back after this break
Oh,
with the answer to this
1960.
and also see how the champ continues.
No idea. Do we get ads in this one? I'm going to see some 90s ads.
Welcome back to Round Two.
No
Before we
ads,
answer
damn it.
Our viewers' question, it was on this day in
I was hoping to get a bit of a, oh, I'm a single mum with a daughter.
1960 that
Could be the weather.
France exploded their first atomic bomb. Before we get into the round, the champ in the lead, playing consistently on $40. First question for the round. Invented in the early 19th century by German Friedrich Jahn was the demanding gymnastic apparatus called the still stationary... Simon.
Rings.
Or Roman what was the rest of the question? Roman rings.
Yeah, baby.
Introduced in Australia on the 14th of February 1966. Simon.
Decimal.
That's correct. Celebrating an anniversary tomorrow. Gift shop time, and Simon, you're back into the lead.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
$6. You are $6 ahead of Rebecca, and here's Karina to tempt you.
Hey, is the volume all right? Can you hear Glen Ridge? He was going on about the ad this morning. Obviously, it played a very big part in our lives, apparently. I hadn't thought about that. Oh, look, we got some guests. We got some guests coming in, interrupting. Streakers. Say hello.
Hello.
There's Rowie. It's a little soft. All right, I'm gonna see if I can turn Glen Ridge up. Let's get Glen Ridge. Wait, that's not it. Where's my volume gone? New extension. Oh no. Alright, we'll pump it up here. Pump it up in slobs. You gonna say goodnight? Come up, stand up.
Good night.
Come stand up, bro.
Good night. Good
All right.
night.
Give me a kiss. Is it your bedtime? That was an awkward kiss. I kissed you on the nose and it felt weird. But I'll take it. I like affection, and you don't like to give it freely, so you know. I'll take what I can get. You're hidden behind the text. Can you see it? Look, Auntie Sam said, "Hey, Nova and Roro."
Hi, Auntie.
All right, let's get back into it.
To be a tiger on the team.
Is that better at
while
all,
spending
volume-wise?
a fortune on golf lessons.
A little bit louder.
Easy instructions and professional tips that will put your game on the right course. Accompanied by a full set of tailor-made clubs and golf bag. It's normally valued at $3,780, but tonight only $10.
Am I in the
From
lead?
Golf
What's
for
the score?
Dummies and Sale of the Century.
Can I borrow that after you leave?
I missed it. There was golf clubs.
Simon, what do you like as a golfer?
A bit of a dummy, actually, Glenn.
Are you?
Yeah, volume's good. Okay.
Come in handy.
Do you have a handicap? You enjoy playing, though?
I enjoy playing, yes.
Well, $3,788 worth. This is a great way to improve your golf too. Golf for dummies, but also the TaylorMade. Yours for $10. Two questions. Going once.
I'm going to really shock my wife, Glenn, and say no.
Am I in the lead?
That's a
If I'm in
worry.
the lead, I might
Will
get
you
it from
shock
my
her by
brother.
throwing $200 for some golf
He needs some
balls as
golf
well, going
clubs.
twice?
He loves golf.
I go through a fair few golf.
You do, going 3 times. If you're not quick, you'll lose it.
No, sorry, Glenn.
No sale. No sale. All right, Simon not buying there. So his wife is shocked, I'm sure. But you're still in the lead, Simon, on $40. On with the question.
I was in the lead. $45. Should I have bought him for $10? I get some extra golf. I don't know. I'm wondering if I should buy golf clubs and take some money. I don't use them. It would only be a gift. I don't play golf. That's too much walking. If there was seated golf, I mean, I know you got the cart and stuff, but you still got to get in there. If there was some sort of seated golf, I would play it. Nah, I'm not buying it. Not buying it, even though I'm in the lead.
Hazel is the courageous, level-headed rabbit hero of which best-selling... Frank.
Watership Down.
That's correct. Children's novel by Richard
Oh,
Adams.
that was a deep pull. I didn't know that
Early
one.
seagoing vessel shares its name with the kitchen of a ship or airline. Simon.
Galley.
That's correct. Fast money, 30 seconds up on the clock. And
30.
your time starts...
Here we go.
Now, beginning with H is which leather pouch for a pistol? Simon.
Holster?
Holster.
Yes, Tennyson poem is the charge of the Watts. Simon.
Light Brigade?
Yes, located on which continent is the region of Patagonia? Simon.
South America?
Yes, a hit song for Stevie Wonder was I Just Called to Say, Simon.
I love you.
Yes, in which century did Michelangelo paint the Sistine Chapel? Rebecca.
15th.
16th. The computer acronym DOS means literally... Simon.
Disk operating system.
Operated software?
Disk operating system. Gretel was the first Australian yacht to challenge for which cup?
America's Cup.
America's?
Yes, and at the end of Fast Money, the champ playing very well. And very
I
nice
freaking love Fast Money, man. Holy crap. That was good. That was good. Let me try something here because I'm going to come back to it, right? I just want to... Oh, no. You know what? Let's do this. And you're going to get a little bit of inside baseball here. and see all this going on because I want to actually adjust something. Let's do it like this. So there's a little bit more screen. Because I just realized just then that while that was going, you didn't see the clock at all, did you? Yeah, the clock was cut off. So now, hopefully, actually, I'm going to bring it down even more. Let's bring this up here and bring this down like that. And we can squeeze a lot more in. It might get some extra stuff at the bottom. It's not going to, yeah, see, you got this little white stuff at the bottom, all that. I didn't want to get that, but at least you can get it. You can see why I'm always the quiz master for trivia nights. Yeah. I mean, yeah. This is one thing that's pretty good, right? Because what Ed's saying there, by the way, is for work, every year we would have an annual trivia night, and I would host it. I would do the annual trivia. And I don't know if people thought I would just, Googled them and found the questions online, which I did a lot as well. But I also know my shit too. And there's been multiple people throughout my life that have remarked that I am smarter than I look.
But anyway,
I don't know how I look, but
Simon
apparently
on
that's the thing.
65, Frank on 30, Rebecca on 29. Fame game question, $15 being added to the board. Who am I? Born in Australia in 1902 and dying in 1959, I studied European watercolour technique and became a teacher at the Finke River Mission School. In 1936, I sold my first painting, and 2 years later, a Melbourne exhibition of 41 of my watercolours was sold out, causing a great demand for my work. Exhibiting frequently over the next 2 decades, I became well known in Australia and abroad, and although granted Australian citizenship in 1957, I was barred from moving into a residential area of Alice Springs because I was an Aborigine. Frank.
Oh.
Namatjira.
I am Albert Namatjira.
Albert
That's correct,
Namatjira.
Frank. So once again, you have the opportunity to pick from our famous faces. Who would you like?
I'll go for John Burgess, please.
From Burjo's catchphrase.
I only know that name, Albert Namatjira, by the way, because of that song, the I Am, You Are, We Are Australian. When it says, I'm Albert Namatjira and I paint the ghostly gums. Because I am, you are, we are Australian. In 1991, I was in year 6 and we did that song for our school, end of year concert kind of thing. And every person in the class was like a different character. And whoever was the Albert Namatjira, had a paintbrush, and we're all standing in a line, and you just step out and do your little action. I was Ned Kelly. I'm Ned Kelly on the run. I'm Albert Namatjira, and I paint the ghostly gums. I don't know if that's the lyrics, but Ned Kelly, and I just stood out, took one step forward, and shot my gun in the air. Step back, and that was it. That's the whole play. It was fun, but that's the only reason why I know the name Albert Namatjira.
Good luck. Here's Burjo, and there's $10. Take you up to $40 as we complete.
I'm still winning though. I'm
The
still
champ
winning.
having a ripper fast money there in the lead on $65. That's how he'll line up for the start of round 3. Right after this.
No ad. Gotta come back quick. I'm gonna have some water. If you want some ASMR, anything like that. Or it's a water mukbang.
Time for round 3 on sale. Now, before we get into it, Rebecca, had you been with us last year, we would have said goodbye to you before the break. But you have another round. At the end of this round, we will be eliminating our lowest scoring player. Rebecca, you're on 29, Frank on 40, Simon A. Champ in the lead on 65. Round 3 questions. Which American Indian people ruled a large empire in central Mexico that was conquered by the Spaniards in 1521? Frank?
Navajo.
No, Aztecs. So called because it was held 4 times a year to hear criminal charges and various appeals, was a court of what sessions? Frank?
Quarters.
Assize.
No, court of quarter sessions. Cash card time, Simon.
Thank you.
Have the lead at the moment.
Thank you.
$36 ahead. You
That was
have
a
a
deep
wonderful
pool.
chance of, I don't need to go any further, really, do I? So, Simon, you're going to play here. So $5,000 could be yours. All we need to know is which suit would you like?
Queen of Spades.
Hearts. Thank
You'd
you.
like hearts. See how we go, Karina. Can we give some money away? Is it going to be
Hope so. Good
$5,000
luck.
tonight in Simon's pocket? Let's see. Oh, it is.
He got it.
Congratulations.
Wow.
$5,000 cold hard cash going your way, Simon, to do whatever you like. And you'll also be very pleased to know you've maintained the lead as well. So
And now you're
that's
losing to me by
Rebecca
30,
29,
mates.
Frank
Come on,
30,
Simon.
And Simon's still in the lead on 50. Back to the questions. In which condition, with close to 100 different varieties, are the red cells of the blood reduced in number or volume, or
Anemia.
Rebecca?
Anemia?
That's correct, or deficient in the hemoglobin.
Thank you.
After 1842, convicts in Australia with good behaviour were freed of certain restrictions by the document called a Ticket of What? Rebecca?
Leave.
That's right. Last of our fame game questions for tonight. $25 on the wild card has been
Fame
added.
game.
The pressure's on you
Glen
now,
Ridge.
Frank. You are our lowest scorer, so you need some money to stay with us. Who am I? Born Arthur Hoey Davis in Queensland in 1868 and dying in 1935, I worked as a horsebreaker, stockman and drover before going to Brisbane, where I became a clerk in the public service. Writing poems and sketches for local
Banjo
journals,
Patterson.
I became a regular contributor to the Bulletin and ran several magazines under my famous pen name. My first book, an autobiographical account of farm life in the Darling Downs area of Queensland, was published in 1899 and was later adapted for the stage and film, and with
Mantic
the
Sun
title
River.
of Dad and Day for radio. Author of Dad in Politics and Other Stories, and On Our Soil Rudd, that's correct. So the chat has the opportunity to pick from our famous faces.
I
Who
lost
would you
that one.
like, Simon?
Love the West Wing, so I'll go with Martin Sheen.
Good luck. Here's Martin. Happy to give you a
I picked
full
him
$1,000
before.
just
I didn't
to add
get
to
the
other
question, but I
$5,000,
said that
Simon.
I would have got
Or, of
$1,000
course,
bucks.
You can pick again, keeping in mind the 25 and the 15 are there somewhere.
Oh, I think I was pretty lucky with this one, so I'll hang on to this money and I'll go with Noah Wiley, please.
Oh, well,
What?
good luck
Dude.
from ER.
You're destroying them. You didn't need
But
that.
you will love
And now you get a
cutting down on your
freaking
chores
mower.
with this genius
Is your
lawnmower
mower worth
capable of
$1,000
catching,
bucks?
Spreading, chipping and mulching all in one. It's valued at $699
No.
from Massport.
Got the money, but
It's
picked up
not.
a great prize there, the lawnmower.
It's not
I'm
Victor.
playing golf, so I may as well mow the lawn.
Well, that's true with a good lawnmower. Where was the rest of the money, Karina?
Hendo had the 15 and Tony Scanlon had the $25.
Thanks, KJ. That's where all the money was, and Frank, you did need some of that money. It's been great having you with us, so thank you very much for playing.
Thanks, Sam.
Well, the chat's certainly on fire, but anything can happen on sale. It's down to Rebecca and Simon, who'll be battling it out to find out who tonight's carryover champ is going to be right after this.
Okay, so I got 30 on Simon. I got like 41 on this chick. I'm comfortable, and we got fast money, so you know that's my jam.
Simon, our carryover champ, has risked the refrigerator.
Ready?
$5.5
Fast money,
grand's
people.
worth to be
Fast
back with
money.
us tonight. It's still on the line. He's in the lead, though, at the moment. You're on 50, Simon. Rebecca's certainly in touch on 39, and it's down to the fast money. So good luck to you both. 60 seconds up on the clock for the game. Your time starts now. Which military rank is abbreviated to SG? Simon?
Sergeant.
Yes, in which sport was Murray Rose an Olympic? Simon?
Boxing.
Swimming.
Yes, which Italian town is the birthplace of St. Francis? St. Francis? Rebecca?
Assisi.
Assisi.
Yes, co-star of the film The Dish is Sam who?
Neil.
Rebecca?
Neil.
Yes, which anagram of sap is a type of poison? Simon?
Asp.
Yes, a bone in which part of the body is the fibula? Simon?
Leg.
Arm.
Leg. What type of creature is the hoopoe? Simon?
A bird.
Yes, the sun god of which ancient civilization was
Ra.
Rebecca?
Egypt.
Egypt.
Yes, which consonant is silent in the word apostle? Simon?
T.
T.
Yes, to spoil beauty by over-embellishment is to gild the what? Simon?
Lily.
Lily.
Yes, captured in which town in 1880 was Ned Kelly? Rebecca?
Jewellery.
Glenrowan.
Rowan. What colour flag is the symbol of surrender? Simon?
White.
White.
Yes, which of our months was named after Julius Caesar? Simon?
July.
Yes,
July.
How many years of marriage are signified by a diamond wedding?
50.
Simon?
50.
60. A drink that is surreptitiously drugged is called a Mickey. Rebecca?
Finn.
Mickey Finn is correct. And Simon, you've won the game. Congratulations.
125.
Rebecca, bad luck. You
It
did
says
quite
25
well.
because it
You
can't go
managed to
triple
draw
digits,
that
but
phone package, a total of
$125.
$2,198. Thanks for playing.
You love that phone package, Rebecca. It's great. And also to yourself and Frank.
I
who
destroyed
joined us
it.
tonight.
I
We have
destroyed
these
it.
gifts.
This,
Glenn, they'll receive the
bring this show
favourable
back.
victory
Give me the
to
board
further
game.
the Battle of
Give me the
Minds
gold
from
pin.
Andrews, and
Give
also
me all the
Glen
shit,
exclusive
including a
solid
spa
sterling
bath,
silver pin
a
from
vacuum
Giovanni
cleaner,
Jewelry and
some
sales
hair
percent.
products, whatever they got, I'll take it because
Again, you like
125
that,
points.
don't you?
Oh, I don't know about loving it.
The fast money.
Come
You do
on.
very well there. So let's go shopping. Come on, Fred. Have a look at a couple of things. All right, wouldn't you love the spider?
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Now, we do have some great prizes on the board. Let's have a look at one of them, though. This beautiful painting.
Capturing the beauty of one of Australia's great landmarks, this original oil painting depicts the vibrant colour, people and splendour of Sydney. Symphony of the Opera House originates from the brush of internationally recognised
When am I
artist
going on
Anne
Millionaire?
Zimard, including the stylish
Millionaire's
frame
different. I'll
painted
tell you my theory as well, right? So, Millionaire and games like that versus something like Sale of the Century. Sale of the Century, especially fast money, is quick, right? You got to be able to answer the questions very fast, which means you need to be able to recall the answers very quickly, which also means that for the question to be recallable in such a quick way, it's got to be fairly surface level things. Like sometimes I'll say one, I go, oh, that was a deep cut, that was a deep pull. But generally, if it's on a particular topic, it'll be the most common or most known answer or whatever the case may be, right? So that's why you can get it fast and you can go fast. With Millionaire, where they get you to sit for ages and you got time to think about it, and what's his face, Ed, draws it out and all that sort of thing, and you've got lifelines, the questions are way harder. There's only 10 of them as well. So you have to imagine that those 10 questions, the level of difficulty is so much higher, whereas this is like super quick, super fast, and you're allowed to have a shallower knowledge across a much broader field, whereas Millionaire is like deeper knowledge. And I feel like it's a different skill set, one that I'm not quite as good at. I still like it, but it's not as strong.
Valued at $23,000 from Anne Seelard of Sydney.
Fabulous painting. It's on the board. So, Simon, what numbers would you like?
We'll go with number 11.
Number 11 down
So that's
the
my
bottom
theory.
row.
Too much thought goes into old television game shows from the 90s. Way too much thought,
Some big
apparently.
thinking to do here. Have a look.
Simon, you'll take off to new heights in Lada's luxurious Amadeus class, bound for one of the world's greatest cities. You and a partner will experience the excitement and splendor of London.
Pretty good.
Spending 5 nights at
But
the
there's
elegant
nothing else for
Driving
the
away in
actually
the
pick,
Alfa
right?
Romeo. All the way through this week, we have the fabulous Spider.
Is he going to return? Should I return?
Of the Alfa Romeo Spider.
You think I should come back and defend my championship?
Exceptional steering control and alloy wheels give the Spider impeccable performance in all driving conditions, while the modern dynamic interior boasts a towers.
Now, tonight's the wedding anniversary.
280 grand.
Yes,
We reckon,
over
Simon.
there. If you decide to come back and join us tomorrow night, you will be risking over $23,000 worth of prizes. But we still have
What's
over
tipping
100
point? Do I know tipping point? I don't think I know tipping point. Let's see if we can find tipping point. So that was Sale of the Century. One down. Maybe I'll play another one. I don't know. But I'm open to other things. I want to, tipping point game show. Do they have it on YouTube? I got to worry about DMCA as well. It's an hour-long game show, man. Let's check it out, though. We're going to do tipping point. I've never seen it before.
On demand, please check the closing time before trying to vote or enter any competition or other interactivity in this programme, as it may not count and you may still be charged.
Is it going to settle?
It's a vertical coin. Ah!
Flat. It is flat.
Flat, yeah.
Now that might move that mystery over. Put a letter on it. There you go. Good broad shove.
Okay.
Is the tipping point ready though? Not sure. Yes, again. Charming our machine here, Ben. 4 counters for you this time.
Ben's
£200.
killing it. He's
Let's
so
take that
good
from
at the
machine and
drops.
Put it into your bank. You're amassing a great score. £2,500. It's kind of like fighting a tidal
Put that
wave,
leprechaun
Nigel.
on your shoulder.
Right, back to you then, Nigel. Time for your second question. Whilst filming Dynasties in 2018, a BBC crew intervened and saved a
I like
group
the
of
background.
witch
It's kind of like my one, look.
You can play or you can pass.
Well, it can't be many. I'm going to pass, though. It could be one of 2 or 3.
Okay, so he's passing over. Ben, do you remember this
I think
happening?
I saw it. They were like, they dug some stairs for them.
Flightless birds.
In the Antarctic. I'm going to say
Penguins.
Going with penguins. Nigel?
Penguins.
No, I was thinking totally opposite, like
You think-
ostriches or emus.
Right, something else.
So I didn't see that.
You didn't see Dynasties?
No.
Let's see if you're right then, Ben. It was a big story at the time. Is the answer penguins? Yes, it was.
Yeah,
And
well
you're
done.
absolutely right. They sort of got stuck in a big sort of bowl, didn't they?
Yeah.
Ben, nicely done. That's a good steal. You get the counter. Where do you
Yeah,
want to
right, the blue. I can make it like other
zone.
colours as well. Look,
3, please.
Drop zone 3 for Ben, please.
pink, baby. It's a pink and blue.
Whistles and zips down.
There you go. Bit more pink.
Yeah. Silver one drops over. Nothing drops here, so no damage done. Keep control of Ben. Time for your third and final
Such a
question.
tease.
Kuwait shares
Come on.
its land border with Saudi Arabia and which other country? You can play or you can
Kuwait.
pass.
Iraq.
I'm going to play because I think Nigel's going to know that.
Okay.
I'm not that sure. I'm going to say Qatar.
You're going with Qatar.
Yeah.
Okay, Nigel,
Qatar.
if you'd passed this over, what might you have said?
I wasn't sure, so he might have passed it over. Oman?
Oman, maybe.
No.
All right. Okay, let's see if you're right then. Is the answer Qatar? No, it's not. It's Iraq. It's Iraq.
Hey!
Yes, Saudi Arabia and Iraq.
Drop,
So,
baby.
Nigel, good
Drop
still
zone
for you.
4,
Where do you
bitch.
want to put it?
I'm going to go with drop zone 3.
Okay, let's see what we can do. Fire
Yeah,
up zone
3's looking good. 3's looking juicy. On that second ledge. Come on, give it to me.
Pretty central. Is that going to go in the gap?
No, it's just, there's a bit of a gap there.
Bit of a gap.
Yeah, got the black one down.
Oh, one single.
That mystery.
Yeah, go on, push it forward.
Is it tipping point? Tipping point!
Oh, nicely done.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice drop.
7
6.
across the tipping point for you there, Nigel. A really nice drop at this
Hex
stage.
drop.
£350.
Hex
Take it,
stick,
put it
mate.
into your
It's
bank,
hex
takes
stick.
you over £1,000. 1,050. You keep control as well, Nigel. Time for your third and final question. During a standard 1-4-7 break in snooker, how many times is the black ball potted? Now you can play this or you can pass.
I'll play.
Math question, man. Freaking hell.
15.
You're going with 15.
Yep.
Okay. Ben, if you'd pass this over, what would you have said? You into your snooker?
More pool. How many reds are there?
Exactly. How many reds are there?
5, 14, 15. And then plus you got the colours as well. So, 20.
20. Okay. So Nigel, you've gone with 15. It'd be nice if this is right.
I just realised something.
What have you realised?
That it's potted at the end as well.
Forgotten the last
16.
one, I think.
Yeah.
And he said 15,
There's
unfortunately.
15 reds, I knew that. It's
15 reds, and then you have to
yeah.
clear all the colours. Let's see, is the answer 15? No, it's 16. You
16,
realised
yeah,
after it. That's why I thought
realised
you got it.
afterwards, yeah.
15 reds that you put, red, black, and
you
then,
pop
of course,
yellow,
the
green,
yellow,
black,
green,
yeah.
blue, pink, and black. Sadly, Nigel, that means that you're not going to get a chance to go through. Ben, congratulations to you. You've played a really cracking game. You've amassed a great score. You are today's winner, and you've got one more counter to put in here. See if you can put something else in.
So he gets the giant one now, does he?
I'm going to go drop zone 2, please, Ben.
Okay, let's have drop zone 2, please. Ooh, that's down. It's going to move onto the double, hopefully, as it comes down and forward. Can it drive it forward for you there, Ben? Get it close, get it close. 2 counters drop in. £100 for you there. And you've dominated this round when we take that from the machine and put it into your bank, and we can see that in the scores. Ben with £2,600.
Look at that.
Congratulations.
Destroyed him.
You are
Thank
today's winner. You
Cheers,
played a
Ben.
great game.
Oh, Nigel.
It's been great fun, but I'm afraid with £1,050, we have found your tipping point. Thank you for
Disappointing.
Yeah, no.
Story of my life.
Good stuff. Well done, Nigel.
Cheers, Ben. Thanks.
So Ben, as our winner, in a few moments, I'm going to ask you to put our jackpot counter into the machine. This one right here. It's a little bit bigger than all the others, but so much
What's
better.
this
because
guy?
if
How's
one
that
comes
go
out,
in?
You're going to go home with £10,000. And if you could get it to drop with the double that's still in the machine, you're going to go home
I
with
feel like
£20,000.
this one's compensating for something.
Can Ben master the machine by finding its jackpot tipping point? We'll find out after the break. Now, though, it's your chance to win an amazing cash prize. For £40,000, text WIN to 65433. Text costs £2 plus 1 standard network rate message. Call 09068 785 433. Calls cost £2 plus your network access charge. Go to the website, entries cost £2. Or post your name and phone number to
That's what she said,
TP214
didn't she?
PO Box 7558 Derby DU10NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 10 a.m. on Monday. Welcome back to the final part of Tipping Point. Ben is our winner today and has managed to get £2,600.
So we didn't get any
score,
real
sir.
good tipping point drops. We didn't get like the avalanche,
Kind
like
of
the
changed everything, didn't it?
But let it make it rain,
Down and out
just
until that first penalty pot came
Yeah.
over.
coins
Amazing. So
bukaking
you've seen
everywhere.
off all the others, Ben, and it's now just you and our machine. If we were to get that jackpot counter out, what do you think you might like to do with the money?
Well, me and my girlfriend are moving to Canada, so
Oh, are
Vancouver.
you? Wow.
So I think go towards that.
That'd be
So
amazing.
flights and some accommodation.
What's that
Have
about?
you got jobs planned, or are you just going to go for a bit of adventure?
So no jobs planned, but I'm going to go over there, look for jobs, but at the same time for a couple of weeks or a month, just kind of go around.
Cruise
see
around
some
and
nice
enjoy it.
places.
Well,
Play the
fantastic.
skiing.
And hey, if we can get that money out, it would certainly make that a bit easier, wouldn't
Really
it?
help, yeah.
Best of luck. We'd love
Thank
to
you.
send you off with the £10,000. It'd be amazing.
Cheers.
Time to find out whether Ben's going to win our jackpot today. In a few moments, I'm going to ask you to put the jackpot counter into the machine. You want to go home with £10,000? You just need to get it out again. Fancy going home with 20 grand? See if you can get it to drop with that doubles on the bottom shelf there of Drop Zone 2. Here's how you can do it. I'm going to show you 6 question categories.
Stats.
Each category you choose to play 1, 2 or 3 counts into the machine. The more you play for, the harder the question's going to be. The more you win, the better your chances of getting that jackpot counter out. It's as simple as that. All right. So we need to put the jackpot counter into the machine.
How do you...
Ben, you've been having a good old look at this.
You can't do it with one, can you?
And what are your thoughts?
Initially, I thought Drop Zone 2, the double, but is it riding? I think
17 in round 1. Oh.
So I'm going to.
In this game, did I miss that?
Drop Zone 3.
Okay, let's fire up Drop Zone 3 then, please. Whips down, doesn't it?
Ooh, yeah, very fast.
Hammered onto the shelf. Obviously, Drop Zone 3 is where you got your double from earlier. So it's been good to you till now.
Yeah.
Trend could well continue.
You've seen this scenario play out. Is that a good drop?
Your categories here, Ben.
Did he choose poorly?
Music, geography, nature, literature, sport, food and drink.
He's gone sport.
In any order you like. So where do you want to start and how many?
I think I'll start with something I should know. I hope I know. I'll go sport for 3, please.
All right, we're going to start with sport for 3 counters, please. Which American football team beat 5-time champions, the New England Patriots, to win the Super Bowl for the first time in 2018?
2018?
Philadelphia Eagles, the New York Giants, or Atlanta Falcons?
I think it was the Eagles.
Follow you American football?
Not really.
Eagles, yeah.
So I don't think it's the Giants. It's between the Eagles or the Falcons. I'm going to go for the Atlanta Falcons, I think.
The Atlanta Falcons?
Please,
Philly.
Okay, we're going to
Philly
line up
sports
the Falcons,
fans went
please.
nuts.
So the American football team that beat the 5-time champions, the New England Patriots, to win Super Bowl 2018. First time they'd won it. Was it the Atlanta Falcons? Oh, it was the Eagles.
The Eagles. Knew it was the Birds. One of the Birds.
Sadly, it was the Eagles, not the Falcons. Okay, not to worry. Let's go back to the categories. Still got 5 more to go, Ben. Music, geography, nature, literature, food and drink.
Can I go geography for 3, please?
Yeah. Geography for 3. Which of the following American states does not have a coastline? Florida, North Carolina, or Colorado?
Colorado.
States much have been out there?
I've never been to the States, no. Florida's Miami, that's bottom right. So that has a coastline.
Okay. North Carolina or Colorado?
Colorado.
It's got Lake Colorado. So that's on the west side, I think.
Central.
I'm going to go with North Carolina, then.
North Carolina's got Myrtle Beach.
Yes, please.
Okay, we're going with North Carolina, please. We really do with this to get started. Is it North Carolina? Colorado. Lake Colorado's in Texas as well.
Is it? Okay.
There is a Lake Colorado, though. That was good knowledge.
Yeah.
It's just in the wrong place. Not to worry. Let's go back to the categories. We can do this.
Here we go.
It's just in the wrong place, dummy.
Food and drink, please, Ben.
Okay.
And I'm going to go for 3.
All right, food and drink 3. According to the manufacturer, Barrett's fruit salad chewy sweets are officially what flavour? Pineapple and raspberry, orange and lemon, mango and strawberry.
Pineapple raspberry. I don't even know what that is.
The colours, pink and white. So that could be pineapple and raspberry, or mango and strawberry. We've got another 2 that I'm thinking here.
So
Can I pick the right one? Yeah.
Right, so the more discs, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you need the discs, right?
Strawberry and mango, please.
Mango and
Ben.
strawberry?
Yeah.
We're going to line up mango and strawberry. Barrett's fruit salad chewy sweets. Are they mango and strawberry flavour? Oh, the pineapple and raspberry.
Every time.
Yellow and pink. Oh, Ben, how frustrating. Right, okay, come on. We're halfway.
Here we go.
So the record is 4 counters to get the jackpot out.
See, I don't know what that is, but I feel like that was logical, right? You can't put mango as a standard flavour.
Music for 3, please.
Some people don't mess with mango, man.
Music for 3. Which indie rock band won the 2018 Mercury Prize for their album Visions of a Life?
It's music
Arctic
after the
Monkeys,
90s.
Wolf Alice or Everything, Everything?
So, Arctic Monkeys, I've heard of them. Wolf Alice and Everything, Everything I haven't heard of. Because, based on the fact that Arctic Monkeys are the only ones I've heard of, and that I believe they released an album in 2018. I'm going to go with Arctic Monkeys.
Okay, we're going to light it up.
Yes, please, Ben.
Arctic Monkeys, please.
Come on.
It's the one that we know, but is it the Arctic Monkeys? No.
Bro.
It was.
Give it up, man.
Wolf Alice. Okay, we've got 2 categories left: nature and literature.
Let's go literature.
Okay.
Let's try it.
How many?
3 counters. I need the 3.
Literature for 3. The Dashwood sisters are central characters in which Jane Austen novel? Pride and Prejudice, Northanger Abbey, Sense and Sensibility.
Sense and Sensibility, I
So
think.
I've heard of Pride and Prejudice.
That's good
I'm
news.
surprised that here I
Stop
haven't
going
read
on what you've heard of,
Jane
man.
Austen's books.
Have you seen any of the sort of adaptations?
No.
So Pride and Prejudice you've heard of?
Yeah.
Have you heard of Northanger Abbey or Sense and Sensibility?
I've heard of Sense and Sensibility.
So that's the strategy. That's what you got to figure out.
It's a kind
More
of a stab in
disc
the
equals
dark
more
here, really.
chances, but it's harder to get, so you might not get the disc, right?
Pride and Prejudice. Please, Ben.
Pride and Prejudice?
Yes, please.
Okay, we're going to light up Pride and Prejudice, please. Is the answer Pride and Prejudice?
Ba-bow.
Sense and Sensibility. You've literally
It's
gone
a tough ask, isn't it? It's a tough
50-50 with everyone and gone for the wrong one. Oh, Ben, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
We've got one last category, though.
I'm going to go for nature for 2, Ben.
Yes. He needs to
Nature
collect
two
his
cats,
coat and
please.
go home.
Better get this right. Which type of dog has varieties known as flat-coated, curly-coated and golden? Spaniel, Retriever or Terrier?
Okay. I'm thinking Retriever because you've got Golden Retriever.
Golden Spaniel? Like coated Spaniel. Curly-coated Spaniel. Curly-coated
Golden Spaniel.
Terrier.
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
it's Golden Spaniel. Flat-coated Spaniel. Cocker Spaniel. I'm going to go with
Retriever.
Retriever, please, Ben.
Retriever?
It's got to be
Should we light it
Retriever.
up?
Yeah.
Go
Come
with
on,
Retriever,
come on.
please. Please, we're going with
Come on,
Retriever.
here we go.
Finally, after 5 agonising questions, have we got the right answer? Is it Golden Retriever? Yeah!
So what, he gets 3 drops now. Too late though, you can't do anything. He's got like, that's it.
Now to try your best and collect a little bit more money if you can, maybe some prizes. What are you thinking there, Ben, looking at the machine?
I'm thinking drop zone 3 because they got the mystery prize. Yeah, so I think, can I go drop zone 3, please, Ben?
Okay, fire up 3, please. Right,
Tough,
we've waited
man.
a long time to
Tough
get
loss.
Gaz.
Does he keep his
Forgot what I'm
money?
doing right now. It's been so long.
Make it work. Right on the jackpot
That
as
would
well.
have been nice on the first
Imagine
go.
if you brought the jackpot down in 2 counters. That'd make an interesting question.
How? That's impossible.
Is the mystery going to go in 4?
Oh.
They're all hanging open
Tell you
for
what.
Extra
£100
100 quid,
drops in.
bruv.
Give you £100, takes you 3 grand, which is very nice. Ooh.
Ghost drop.
Just right, it just caught the back of that. It might get a little squeeze on
Little
something.
nudge.
Oh, she's shuffling. And we've got one more to put in.
Drop zone 4, please, Ben.
Yeah, fire up 4, please. If it goes sort of central or left, you hope to take that mystery. If it goes on the right, it goes stack those.
Yeah, hope so. 2 gaps, Ben.
That's okay. I think it might, doesn't need much. They're so close to going.
Okay,
those
that's
ones to
good.
the edge.
At least he's getting 3 grand.
Here we go. Squeeze these up. Just give it a little
Nah.
nibble on there.
Feel the gap.
Yeah, 3 more to finish.
Oh, 3 more,
£150.
okay.
Finally, we got you some money. It's nice when it goes up, isn't it? Takes you £3,150. I'm sure, as you know, at this stage, usually I offer you a trade, 3 last counters for what you've got so far in the hope of getting the jackpot count out. Given how
Baba,
it's gone,
keep
where the
that
jackpot
money,
count
boy.
is, I'm sure I know what you're going to say. I'm going to ask you nonetheless.
Yes.
Would you like to take the money or the trade?
I'm going to take the money, please, Ben.
I think that's very wise.
Yeah.
Well done, mate.
Cheers. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done, Gov.
£150. A lovely amount of money.
Yeah.
And certainly
Very
help
nice.
go towards
Absolutely,
the
yeah.
trip to Canada. And of course, you've won that lovely prize, which is the flower delivery
Kids
subscription
cash, yeah.
for a year.
Gotcha.
Which will be really special.
Okay, it's not bad. I can see why you like it, Kate. Oh, and Kate's on the... I just noticed as well, Kate, that you got your actual name on. Tink's like, fuck it, I'm not watching anymore. You get your own account.
Join us next time when the fate of former players will hang in the balance on Tipping Point. Goodbye.
It's been a while, I just didn't realise, sorry. Alright, that was it, Tipping Point. Okay. I like it. I can see why it's addictive. I can see why you would be like... Because it just gets like... It's hitting something in the brain. And there's certainly endorphins going on. For sure. All right, I want to watch this thing. Have you heard of a phenomena called the Mandela effect? The Mandela effect. I've heard about this, right? And I didn't really know that it was a real thing. But it goes towards our own psychology and stuff. But let's learn about it. Let's learn about the Mandela effect. I'll go back to the screen, the full screen view. Does this like that? Yeah, that'll do.
Man, I sure do get a lot of mail from physics fans. Let's see what today's haul is, shall we, Albert? We got another one about the Mandela effect. This is just getting out of hand. What? You don't remember the Mandela effect? The Nelson Mandela one? You don't, huh? Okay, well, the Mandela effect is this pretty crazy idea that pops up from time to time. The name comes from Nelson Mandela, who was a political activist in Africa. He fought against the horrible apartheid system in South Africa and was incarcerated from the 60s to 1990.
I spoke to Spencer, he went on about the Mandela. Shut up! Really? Albert doesn't care. The dog's like, whatever, dude. Give me some fucking biscuits.
Some people claim to remember him dying in prison in the 1980s.
Sam, that's weird. I have not spoken to Spencer today.
Helped overturn apartheid and went on to be the president of South Africa for 5 years. He eventually died in 2013. It seems that some people combine their fuzzy and obviously unreliable memories of Mandela's death in the 1980s with his subsequent release and presidency and somehow conclude that we're somehow sliding between parallel universes. Can you believe that, Albert? These people have a variety of ideas about how the transfer...
Okay, so what he's saying essentially is that Nelson Mandela, right, was in prison in the 80s and he died in 2013 after becoming president of South Africa. But there are people in the world who swear black and blue, they believe it 100% that Nelson Mandela died while in prison in the 80s. They'll even say things like, I remember my teacher stopping class to tell us about the death, and that was so sad because Nelson Mandela did such great work. He's talking
between parallel universes occurs from some sort of natural...
So yeah, so essentially people misremember what happened. There are people that are like adamant, they're 100% adamant that he died in the 80s. And then when he actually died in 2013, people were freaking out because they act like they remember it like crazy. And starring in a movie with Matt Damon. Morgan Freeman, my friend Matt Damon, played football for the Springboks, rugby. Yeah, so people are adamant that he died in the 80s because they remember it. They say that they remember it. And essentially it's a false memory. It never happened. It's something that didn't happen at all, but they believe it to their core that it did happen. Some people then go the extra step, like this, they take it too far. Like you give a person a rope, they want to be a cowboy, right? That they believe that it's a sign of multiple or parallel universes or multiple reality. What is it? Yeah, parallel universes that we're actually sliding in between them. Beck said, I need a dog for my show. No, I've got the kids every now and then. They drop in, they say hello.
Large Hadron Collider in Europe. Crazy, huh? And that's not the only example people cite. People remember the name of the Berenstain Bear books.
This one's freaking me out too. This happened to me, this one.
As once being Berenstain.
First of all, I didn't think Mandela died in the 80s. I remember him, well into the 2000s. I did a project on him in high school in the 90s, so I don't have that Mandela effect. But false memories is such a weird thing. This one is a good one because that, to me, is what it is. The Bernstein Bears. Bernstein with an E as in like a Jewish name, right? Does everyone remember the Bernstein jet? Flat Earth? We can do Flat Earth, man. I love that shit. The multiverse, or, thank you for that, Mike. Like sliders, that's right. Multiverse, or, as I prefer to refer to things, the viewer Skewniverse.
Berenstain Bears. That's with an EIN. Or a lot of people will swear that in the original version of the Star Wars movie, The Empire Strikes Back, that Darth Vader said,
Okay, this is a good one. I know what he's going to say here. So, chat, what do you think when, in Empire Strikes Back, when Luke finds out that Darth Vader is in fact his father, what's the phrase? What does everyone know that Darth Vader says to Luke? Al still gives you a shit. My wife's a funny lady. She is. She's good. I told her that she should come on. Luke, I am your father. Luke, I am your father. That's right? Everyone knows that. It's like the most famous line ever. Luke, I am your father. Right? That's what everyone knows it as. Luke, I am your father. Everyone knows that. Everyone thinks that's it. I saw you on Twitch a while ago. Thanks for that, by the way. I am your father. But check this out.
Luke, I am your father. When what he really said was, no, I am your father. There are tons and tons of...
Did you know that? Everyone thinks it's Luke, I am your father. No, you kiss your sister. Luke, that was your sister. Ew. Everyone thinks it's Luke, I am your father. But it's actually, no, I am your father. It's Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. That's another one. Oh.
Of claims like those that you can find on the internet. If you
So
want.
these are essentially
It's
false
really quite
memories.
depressing. And Albert, this is just obviously silly. I mean, even if we were actually sliding between parallel universes, and of course we're not, how is it that our memories could survive the change? I mean, memories are preserved in the brain, and those memories would change as we shifted from one universe to the other.
Oh,
And
wait a
then-
second. Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him well is actually Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him Horatio? Whoa. Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. What's that one, Shug? Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. That's another one. Okay.
There are a few people who claim
Who's
that
the
our
fairest of
bodies
them all,
are
right?
getting transported to other universes where things were always different. But thinking that that could happen without anyone noticing is really approaching tinfoil territory.
The best proof of this is the Berenstain Bear example. You could go to every library on the planet and ask people to dig
Berenstain
out their
Bears.
books, and every one of them would be of the AIN version. People who believe in the Mandela effect would say that this makes sense because
Magic mirror.
either we move...
Magic Mirror on the Wall? On Cinderella? Like even in the movie, like the Disney cartoon, or is it like the original Hans Christian Andersen or something? Yeah, that's true. That's a good one too, where your brain just, as long as you hear it wrong, when you listen to the song, it sounds wrong every
moved
time.
into a world in which the spelling was always right, or because the change occurred everywhere in our universe. But if we move to another universe, we'd also move into one in which our brains always lived, in the AIN universe. And if the change occurred in our universe, you have to remember that books are made of
Magic Mirror,
molecules, just
okay.
like our brains. Unless the change was somehow
did not know
confined to
that. I
those
thought it was
just
Mirror, Mirror.
particular books, the changes to the brain atoms and the book atoms
Look
would
at
have to be the
Albert.
same. We certainly wouldn't remember this differently. So this Mandela effect thing is simply silly and just isn't true. I'm telling you, Albert, I wish people would just get over it and stop sending me mail and email about it.
I thought that cat was white. Okay, so the reason why I wanted to watch that is because I have a Mandela effect false memory that is completely non-existent, but in my head, it is so clear and so true and so real that when I finally found out that it wasn't real, like it absolutely blew my mind. I couldn't understand that all the detail that I had in my head. And I'm going to tell you all now, and I want you to know, dear friends, right? I'm putting myself out there and being vulnerable, because after I realized that it wasn't in fact true, I thought about it for a second and went, oh my God, that is so freaking dumb. I can't believe I thought that was real, because it's clearly completely illogical and insane. But does anyone else have false memories? Have you ever thought something actually happened, but in reality it just didn't? Like you remembered it completely wrong? Because when I tell my one, I'm going to be super embarrassed. So I want to know that I'm not alone with it. I want to know that other people actually have these sort of memories as well. That'll be funny. Okay, so my one is... I don't know if I want to say it, because now, like I said, now that I know that it's wrong, it's so completely insane that I ever thought it was real. But in my head, it was just a fact. It wasn't even like a question. I just knew that it was the case. It's not like I had to think about it or whatever. People who suffer trauma often have false memories. It can be a brain's way of coping. Oh, okay. That makes sense. They replace traumatic memories with more happy ones, perhaps, or something like that. I don't think that's the case with mine, but I'll tell you what I thought. For the longest time, in my head, it was true, and it's not like I thought, I did think it. In my head, it was absolutely 100% true that the Opera House, the Sydney Opera House, the gigantic building monolith that is the Sydney Opera House, in my head, I thought that it was a barge. In fact, I thought it actually floated and wasn't fixed in place. And like I said, now that I think about it, there's no way that thing that freaking big and that heavy could actually be a floating thing. But I'm seriously had in my head that it was and I remember I was at my friend's house, we were having a barbecue, and I don't know how, but it came up. I said, yeah, the Sydney Opera House, it floats, right? It's a barge. And they would looked at me like I just said, you know, the earth is flat instead of round. Speaking of which, we can probably do something like that. And I said to them, I go, yeah, like, you didn't know this? And I thought I was like being super smart and educating them. They're like, yeah, man, it's a barge. Like, it was actually designed that way back when it was made. It was designed that way in order. This is the level of detail of fake memories I had in my head. That makes sense though, because it sticks out from the land, so has water around the... Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. I'm not completely crazy. But yeah, in my head, I was like, I had this level of detail. I was like, yeah, it was designed that way because when the architect made it, they made it a barge so in wartime, they could actually move it so it's not a target with the rest of the city. And my friends are all looking at me like, what are you talking about, man? I was like, yeah, don't you remember when we were like trying to host the Olympics? They did that thing where it actually was lit up. The sails of the Opera House had neon lights on it, and they floated it down the Parramatta River, and that was what won our Olympic bid. It was part of this whole big ceremony. And they're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, yeah, it's totally a barge, man. Like when you walk there, when you go to the Opera House, you can actually see on the ground where you step over, like the connection. It's like it's almost like a gap in the thing. You can see the connection. And they were like, what? You're weird. And I swear, it was like early 2000s. I was in my 20s, so I wasn't a kid or anything. And I went to my mate's computer because at that point we didn't have Google on our phone. And I spent the next hour trying to Google the thing. And I finally had to walk out to the rest of my friends in the barbecue and be like, I don't think I'm right. Kind of look like a barge return the jet. Yeah, it does. The thing wasn't built after the Second World War. I probably had some of those false facts in my head, but I have deleted the memories due to embarrassment I felt. I should have done that too. I have a memory of my mum bathing me in the washing machine as a kid. She swears it never happened. Yeah, the whole story is the crazy part, babe. Thank you. Of course, my wife's going to shit on me every time. Everyone's like, I could see how it looks like it. Maybe because there's water around it, blah, blah, blah. My wife's like, you're fucking crazy, honey. That's love. But haven't been caught out. Yeah, because I was the one dumb enough to like swear black and blue up and down that I have these memories of like, and I can still picture it. That's how weird it is, because in my head I can still picture the news when I watched the Opera House floating down the river as part of some big Sydney Olympic bid thing. And that's what's so strange and why it's always freaked me out, that I had a literal memory in my head to the point of knowing details about they designed it that way in order to avoid it being a target during the war. You can see the connections when you walk over it. It's a giant floating barge that's attached, but it can be released. And I was like, when I found out it was not real, like, it completely blew my mind. And then I found out that this Mandela effect is a thing. The big one on the internet for Mandela effect is that apparently the actor Sinbad, the comedian Sinbad, he was in 90s movies like The First Kid, and he was in Cosby stuff in the 80s and things like that. But apparently everyone remembers, or not everyone, but many people remember him being in a movie where he was a genie called Shazam. And it literally did not happen. Like, and people like, I don't care what he says. I remember watching that in the afternoon, Channel 1, PBS, blah, 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 whatever. They have specific memories. And yeah, Jingle All the Way. Shazam. Sinbad is from Jingle All the Way, fighting Arnold Schwarzenegger. Get to the chopper for Mr. Turbo. Shaq was Kazam, and people think that that's where the confusion was, that it was actually Shaq in Kazam versus instead of Sinbad as Shazam. But yeah, even Sinbad's come out and said it didn't exist. That never happened. And people think it did. So that's the weird thing. And I have that with the Sydney Opera House. So if you ever want to impress people with a really cool story about how the Sydney Opera House is actually a barge, and it's such a unique fact that people are like, wow, really? Yeah, don't do that. So we've done Tipping Point, we've done Sale Essential, we did the Mandela Effect, and we've even looked at things like Jeff Bezos' fortune and Gay Time Popcorn, which is always good. What else can we do? What else do we want to do? Has everyone, as I said earlier, my wife's now been double penetrated with the vaccine. But we're not going to get out of this lockdown until we're at, over 80% apparently. That kind of sounds like when a bunch of people have the same encounter with a UFO, but in fact they're all full of shit. Yeah, it does. It's fascinating the way our brains work, or sometimes not work, more accurately, I guess. The fact that we would think that something literally happened. The anti-vax whistle. Oh yeah, that's what we're going to do. I put a thing on Facebook today that anti-vaxxers, this is what they think they look like, and this is what they actually look like, where they're doing the Hunger Games salute. And anti-vaxxers are just, that's how we're not going to get out of this lockdown, right? Because we're supposed to get to 80%, not including children. But 80% is going to be really hard when we have freaking morons who won't get the vaccine. To the point that we're now seeing, like, straight up freaking... Watch this. So the title of this video: violent protests in France, Italy, Australia against COVID restrictions despite the Delta variant threat. Same art. Oh, this is freaking... Yo. Ah. Yo. 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 Ah. Ha. Get out of the vaccine. Australia. Remain the lowest among developed nations, with fewer than 14% people double penetrated. Protests in France. Yeah, I saw that this bloke, Arthur said they're saying they're going to have a protest tomorrow. I think it's on Sunday actually at Hyde Park. But apparently a bloke in Brisbane who's one of the organisers for protests around Australia has actually been arrested and sentenced to 8 months in prison, which is freaking awesome for being one of the organisers of protests. protesters think that the health pass is discriminating, deprives people of their freedom. It's always about freedom. What the fuck?
Le pass sanitaire discrimine immédiatement les gens. Parce qu'on est vacciné, qu'on peut aller au restaurant, parce qu'on est vacciné, qu'on peut aller au cinéma. Non, non, nous sommes tous libres. Nous sommes dans une démocratie, dans une république, avec des lois, une constitution. Voilà pourquoi je manifeste aujourd'hui, avec l'ensemble de mes camarades du Rassemblement national.
Et c'est vraiment, voilà, c'est vraiment une injustice.
Here's the thing though, right? Like, about anti-vaxxers and protests and lockdown, all that sort of thing. Sam said, yeah, but only 3 months non-parole, so can probably get out early. Okay. One of the organisers of the rally lives around the... Wow! Maryland! Represent, Joe. Represent. It's amazing what they got away with in the 70s. Helps pass the lockdown time. Boosting all over TikTok. Side topic. I've been watching Graham Kennedy's game show. Okay. Anti-vaxxers are ignorant and selfish, and that's the bottom. It is. Absolutely, that's the bottom line. Like, if you don't want to be stupid enough to protect yourself with this free magic that the government has decided to give everyone, here's this thing that's going to kill you or potentially kill you, and now we made some magic liquid that will stop that, and you're like, nah, you're doing the Drake, and then when freaking freedom, you're like, yeah, like, it's so insane, because the conspiracy theory, the 5G, the freaking tracking, the microchips, the Bill Gates, all that bullshit, like, you are not important enough that they want to track you that way, that you deserve a microchip, that they're going to spend the money on. Have you seen what a microchip in a pet looks like? It's freaking huge. They stab it with this giant needle, and it's bigger than a grain of rice. Like, it's a full-on thing. To be able to it would require some like micro nanobots that just does not exist yet, right? And for what? We get tracked with our phones. Like, everyone knows where we are. Like, there's nothing that we can't sort of hide. Everyone has that thing where you feel like Google's listening, because after you have a chat with your friend, you then see ads for it all the time. But like, oh, here we go. This is a chat. So apparently Sinbad admitted there was a Shazam movie and he covered it. No way. That's not true, is it? Okay, I'm putting that to the side because I've got to check that out.
Guys, could you do me a quick...
I'm going to look at that. I don't think that's true. To paraphrase the comments, so there was a time when there was a great plague that descended upon the city. There was a great believer in God that prayed for safety for his family and friends. They came and knocked on his door, and the neighbor said to the man, yeah, this is my favorite story. Usually I hear it as a flood. Here, friend, take this piece of cloth and cover your mouth and nose so that any sickness that might reach you will not be carried from you to your family. And friends, the man replied, no, neighbor, do not tempt me. Now, this is like making it sound way more biblical. I think it's a little bit more of a trick, the language they use. Do not tempt me with your evil instrument, as I have faith that God will protect me. And so the woman left. The man prayed again that evening for protection from the plague, saying, Lord, in you I put my trust. The next day a doctor came to the man's house and said, friend, through much labor I have invented a new medicine which will keep the plague from killing you and your family if it should happen to take hold of one of you and spread to your whole household. The man replied, no, sir. I will not take your evil medicine, for I have faith that God will protect me. And the doctor left and notified the elders that the man would not take the medicine. That night the man prayed again, Lord, I put my trust in you, not in the medicines of man. The next day a group of elders came to the man's house. They said to the man, citizen, in order to keep you and your family safe and in order to protect others from infection you might have, you will need to stay separate from all others. And if you see them on the street, you must stay far away from them. This is the only way that this plague will be vanquished. The man replied, I will not stay apart from my family and friends. In fact, I'll throw a great feast where we will celebrate together. So this is an Australian writing it, apparently. Celebrate together this great life that God has given us. And so the man gave a great feast, and many came to be with him and his family. Shortly thereafter, many at the feast, including some in the man's family, many of the friends, and this is like, is it the whole Bible? And the man himself all became very sick with plague. As the man lay in bed very ill, he prayed to God to help him. Some died who were at the feast, and the man died also. Upon entering heaven, for he was a good man after all, and seeing God, though he was blissfully happy to be in heaven, he asked God a question. The man asked God, why did you allow the plague to kill me and so many others of the feast? I prayed every night to you and asked for your protection. Why, God, did you not help us? And God said, I sent you the woman with the cloth. I sent you the doctor with the medicine. I sent you the elders to give you a warning, and still you did not listen. I gave man minds capable of wondrous things. Some are good and some are evil. A wise man knows the difference. Maybe in your next life you'll be good, man, and be a wise one. Yeah. That's exactly the story that I've heard a lot more frequently is there's a flood and the man is on his in his balcony and a dude comes by in a car and says, come on, we got to go. He goes, nah, God will save me. And then the next time you see him, he's on his balcony or his roof and a boat comes along and he says, come on, I'll save you. And he goes, no, God will save me. And then the last one is a helicopter. He ends up drowning and goes to God, how come you didn't save me? He goes, I sent a freaking car, boat and helicopter. What more do you want? I got nothing, Hyper Man. 10 to 1 a.m. here. Night all. Mike, peace, buddy. I love you. See you again soon, hopefully. A feast or an engagement party. Yeah, there you go. Great minds. So yeah, that's exactly what it is. There's some magic liquid that we can't even understand, and people are like, I don't want to put that poison in my body. We don't know. This is the thing, right? Like, we put all the shit in our bodies that we don't know what it is, right? There's so much stuff that we ingest that we don't know. Like, and most of the people, right, by the way, most of the people that are anti-vax are probably grifting and selling some freaking supplement or whatever. Like, I saw a picture that one of the anti-vax protests or the lockdown protests had a picture of this dude that's just a huge, like, muscle guy, like the full, like kind of like me, a little a little bit like me, just jacked, and it was suns out guns out for this dude, and someone circled him in the meme in the picture and said, tell me this dude doesn't know about injecting weird stuff into his body. Just completely roided out dude saying, I'm not going to inject stuff into my body. Hot dogs, perfect yeah, that's exactly right. But also the logic behind it. Like, if you say it's untested, they're using us as a science experiment. I mean, by now, folks, like, we've had 9 months of it because it came out in December. Pfizer and stuff in the States. It came out in December, started being used. We've had literally millions and millions of people get it. The sample size is gigantic. So as far as a control, we now have the people who are unvaccinated and in America just absolutely dying in droves, just dropping like flies. And then we have I don't think we have a placebo. Actually, we kind of do have a placebo because I saw a news article where this nurse in America injected over 8,000 people with saline instead of the vaccine because she apparently spilled I don't know, she must have dropped a shit ton of it, but she dropped a bunch of it, and instead of admitting it, she covered it up by giving people double dose of saline. They cover their balls and use the microwave as well. The tinfoil hats. Yeah, that's exactly right. The control group is the people that won't get it. And guess what? It's showing that they're dying. Yeah, that's the other thing. Long COVID is a bitch too. Like, we don't know what's going to happen as far as wrecking your lungs, doing all that sort of thing. And in the short term, it's freaking killing people. So the downside is like, it's like even before COVID, right? Art says, I was a bit hesitant about AstraZeneca because of the mixed messages from the government. Got the jab on the 16th of July and I can't wait for the second one. Yeah, man. 16th of July? Get your second. Well, how come you haven't got your second one now? It's more than a month later. But they'll tell you everyone in the hospital is vaccinated. So, I also saw a thing, like, let me see if I can find it. Vaccine breakthrough assault? Is this the one?
What is a breakthrough infection? Why is COVID-19 vaccine breakthrough occurring?
Hang on a sec. Let me see if I can fix this up because this is like annoying me. Okay, I'm going to full screen this and you're going to get freaking Inside Baseball again and see what my screen looks like and how weird it is. Okay, that's a bit, I think that's going to be... Let's put the chat up there because on the YouTube videos it's going to look better. But there you go. You got a bit more of a full screen anyway. I'll put that there. Let's drag this down. That'll do. That'll do. It's not the best. I don't care.
And how does its breakthrough frequency compare to that of other viruses and vaccines? Hi, and welcome to Microbial Minutes. This is the American Society for Microbiology's update on what's hot in the microbial sciences. I'm Ashley Hagen, Science Communications Specialist for ASM, and today we're talking about SARS-CoV-2 variants, vaccines, and breakthrough infections. Amidst encouraging real-world data about the effectiveness of COVID-19 vaccines, and the
It's not. Anyway, so what I saw was a TikTok video or something that the dude used an illustration of salt. He poured salt. Let's go here. Ting said, I have a friend in the States that is, you know what, can I do a thing? I'm going to play this video, and I apologize because this is not professional. I'm going to play this video, and I'm going to run to the bathroom because I'm busting. So watch this, and I'll be back.
And cause of breakthrough infection. Why are some people who are fully vaccinated still testing positive for the virus? We're going to take a look at a few preliminary studies in which researchers are beginning to evaluate trends in case characteristics and sequencing data from breakthrough SARS-CoV-2 infections. But first, we need to address a couple of foundational concepts. Number one, a breakthrough infection occurs when an individual becomes infected with a pathogen that they have been fully vaccinated against. It takes about 2 weeks after vaccination for antibodies to develop and be protective against future disease. Therefore, a person is not considered fully vaccinated until 2 weeks after completing the recommended number of doses for the vaccine they were administered. And this is true for most vaccines, not just COVID-19, because the delay is a factor of the host's immune system and not specific to the antigen being introduced by vaccination. Number two, it's important to recognize that unless a vaccine produces sterilizing immunity, which completely prevents a disease-causing pathogen from establishing infection with 100% efficacy, small percentages of breakthrough cases will occur and are actually expected. For example, data suggests that mRNA COVID-19 vaccines are over 90% effective at preventing SARS-CoV-2 infection. The chickenpox vaccine is 85% effective at preventing varicella zoster infection. And the MMR vaccine is 88% effective at preventing mumps. Number three, there are a number of reasons that breakthrough infections may occur, including a weak or ineffective immune response to vaccination, decreased immunity over time, and/or evolution of the virus. The fact that SARS-CoV-2 is mutating is not surprising. All viruses mutate, but the virus's mutation landscape is an important factor to consider when it comes to the idea of immune escape or evasion. On May 25th, 2021, the CDC published some preliminary results of national surveillance efforts to investigate SARS-CoV-2 infections among people who are fully vaccinated. A total of 10,262 breakthrough cases were reported between January 1st and April 30th of 2021 from 46 U.S. states and territories.
Okay, because I just came back from the bathroom. I didn't hear. Is this interesting? Is this a boring video and you're all just enjoying the chat? So let's go through. Ting said, I have a friend in the States that is looking at being permanently disabled as a result of getting COVID. Oh, it's so brutal, man. Kate said, working in early education, I've had to deal with yeah, it's like a different beast at the moment now, isn't it? I think before it was like crunchy mums. It was like hippie Crystal Mum, like Crystal Mum 69 on looked up thing and said, it's the autism one. Whereas now it seems like it's more the like stemming from the same, like, even though we're in Australia, if it has that vibe of the Donald Trump MAGA like redneck thing with the anti-vaxxers here. It feels a little bit different, I feel like, you know. As before it was the mums, breast milk is natural, like it'll cure everything kind of thing. Not realizing that we're living now a lot more because we've had vaccines for so long. Used to be 12 weeks between AZ, only just, okay, cool. I'm okay if people are hesitant, sure, because, but you got to hate the disinformation point. That's the thing. That's the crazy thing, is the disinformation. Like, you hear stats thrown around so much that just are completely false. Explain COVID-19 on Netflix. There you go. I don't know if we can watch that on here because I might get taken down for copyright violation. I'm not sure. But that's a good one to watch. Explain COVID-19 as recommended by Sam on Netflix. If nothing else, it's weeding out idiots in the gene pool. Good point. I'm sick of the Gladys haters. Please, bitch, you tried doing your job. Yeah, no, thank you. It's a little different, but if you have vaccine-related issues with anti-vaxxers for a long time, you can see graphs that show that once immunity is reached, people start questioning the need for a vaccine and we start seeing diseases returning. Yeah, that's exactly right. Like, we're seeing now, like, people going, oh, what do we need freaking vaccine for polio for? We don't even have polio. Oh, there's a reason for that. We still have measles, for God's sake. Anti-vaxxers are idiots. Tipu, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, worldwide is... Well, here's the thing, right? The blood clot thing was such a weird, like, misnomer. Because... So, there's, like, a risk to reward ratio going on with that sort of thing, right? Now, the risk of AstraZeneca, as far as the blood clots go, when it happened, was like... Or when it first sort of was made available to us here... We had no cases. It was very, 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 very low cases, and we were 0 cases for a while. So the risk of getting the potential blood clot being 4 in, 100,000, whatever, I don't know what it is like too high considering the likelihood of getting and passing on COVID at that time was lower, right? So the risk to reward ratio was skewed in favor of the risk. The risk, it was too risky considering how unlikely you were to get and pass it on. Today, we're in a completely different ballgame. Like, completely different. The risk now, so back when, what's her name? The Premier of Queensland was saying no one should get AstraZeneca in Queensland. That she actually flat out said it, which is super confusing because people are holding on to that. But it was more about context of the time that it was said, right? Back then, a few months ago, don't get AstraZeneca today because there is some potential there and it's bigger than the chance of getting COVID and passing it on, right? And it was 4 in 100,000 or whatever the case may be. But the chance, and back then, the chance of getting COVID and then passing it, the infection rate was 1 in 100,000, right? So the risk of 4 in 100,000 is higher than the risk of 1 in 100,000. As of a few weeks ago, I'm talking a month ago, it was 10 in 100,000 of passing it on. So the 4 in 100,000 for any sort of risk from the AstraZeneca is then outweighed by the risk of passing on COVID to people around you and getting COVID. It's even higher now. It's like blown out the roof, way higher now. So AstraZeneca, all of a sudden, the risk to reward ratio becomes much, much higher. The reward of it becomes much, much higher. So then AstraZeneca is okay. And now we're seeing new studies come out. I saw today, as Tipu said, that it's now starting to see that the long-term effects or the degradation of its efficacy over time is actually better long-term for AstraZeneca than Pfizer. So we're learning stuff all the time. Art said, I also hate how anti-vaxxers have this feeling they know shit you don't. Like their stupid Telegram group somehow has the inside scoop. Yeah. You see memes like that all the time about how, doctors and leading scientists have done this stuff for years, but no. Freaking Jono over there, mate. He found the thing that every scientist in the world missed, apparently. Fortunately, this is chicken pox and whooping cough. They don't seem to stick for me, even though I've been immunized and have had... You've had chicken pox, whooping cough, and shingles. Damn, Kate, you work with freaking plague monkeys. That's why. Kids are like horrible that way. Joe's had 7. Yeah, that's right, Joe. You know exactly, right? And now they're busting out stats like you hear with AstraZeneca, the chances of a blood clot is 4 in, I think it's like, I said 100,000 before. I might even be wrong. I think it's 4 in like 1 million. And the video I was trying to look for and I couldn't find was this dude used salt, like literal grains of salt. And he poured 1 million grains of salt. I don't know how you count that. But you can get 1 million grains of salt. And then he took out 4 of them. And you can imagine 4 tiny grains of salt. Like when you see that illustration of 1 million, and it was like a jar. It was a full jar. And then literally 4 specks of salt that he pulled out on his finger. And you're just like, oh, like, right? So the chances of anything, I think it's 400... 4 in... I should look it up. But I can't. It will just be more like the freaking... I'm just going to be like all the anti-vaxxers that hear something and just spurt it out. Because you said it, therefore it must be true. I'm doing the exact same thing, which is insane. Stats of household members contact. Yeah, Delta. That's right. I think that's right, Kate. 1 in 50,000, but death is 1 in 1 million. Okay, yeah. So 1 in 50,000, 1 in, yeah. 1 in 250. Oh, stats. Great minds back. Hot dogs. Joe said, do they cover their balls? Okay. Man. Vaccinated when lockdown lifts, we'll need to get blood just to check. One in 50,000, but death is 1 in 1 million. That's the thing, like 1 in 1 million, right? And then when they said that the blood clot stats is actually higher for the birth control, which appeals to the women, they're like, oh shit, if the birth control's, blah, blah, higher stats, then what am I worried about? And then they went, oh, it's also higher that you'll get blood clots if you take erectile dysfunction pills. So they're covering both. They're covering all areas of the population to go, it's not as bad as that. And people are happy to pump that shit in their head, Like, I don't know where the anti-vaxxers were, the blokes that are like, freedom, man, I tell you what, bro, you can't take my freedom. Those guys, I don't know where they was talking like when the blue pill came out. They popped that. They're like freaking pears, mate. Pop, 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 pop. Let's get it. Let's go. 4 to 6 people in 1 million get blood clots according to health. Okay. Yeah, 4 in 1 million. And that's why I said the salt illustration. When you see literally 1 million grains of salt and then you take out 4. And it just looks insane that you would worry about that. Because every single thing that we do, there has to be risk. In fact, I saw someone say, and again, I'm just repeating what I see without actually doing the research, blah, 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 blah. At least I'm not getting up and going, do your own research, man. I'm just saying I heard this and I thought it was fascinating. That you're more likely to die by getting hit by a car on the way to getting vaccinated on your journey than you are dying from the vaccine itself. Which is, you're like, oh shit, like, duh, all that sort of thing. And the other side of it is, right, like, every time, this is what you have to ask. Anytime you come up with someone that says these bullshit conspiracy theories and misinformation, all that sort of thing, cancer treatment drives DVTs for a large percentage, but they still get the treatment. Absolutely. Absolutely. Risk to reward. That's what I said. You can go, oh, I don't want to take... Imagine with the birth control, right? I've never taken birth control. I don't need that. But imagine with birth control, ladies, I'm speaking to you like I'm freaking mansplaining shit, and I apologize. It's just an example that I like to think, right? With birth control, if you said, birth control is not 100% effective. It's not 100% effective. It's 99 or 99.9 or 99 point whatever, right? But it's not 100% effective, and nothing ever will be. If you turned around and said, I'm not going to take that. It's not 100% effective. You're like, there's no way I'm taking birth control pills that are not 100% effective. The alternative to not taking the birth control pills, the effectiveness of that is essentially like, I don't know, gambling, right? If you go, I'm not going to take this, it's not 100%, I'd rather gamble on nothing. Like, it's like, I don't want to risk the 4 in 1 million chance of dying from AstraZeneca. I'd rather have nothing. Like, how does that logic even make sense? And Arthur was saying, you were saying something before, bro, that there's there is a difference. There is a difference between anti-vaccine and vaccine skeptic, or hesitant. Not skeptic, hesitant. Hesitancy is okay. Hesitancy is like, fun fact, 2 of my nieces were due to pill ineffectiveness. Perfect example. Your birth control reminds me of Joey Tribbiani resigning because of a not 100% effect. That's right. Lily, thank you. Stay safe. Let's hope we all get out of this by Christmas. Exactly. Think about things being 100% effective. You won't be able to take anything or won't take anything. Exactly, Tipu. That's right. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing that's 100% effective. So if you wait for that, then you can't take it, right? And as far as like data goes, as far as sample size goes, as far as the experiment goes, we've seen it now. Like it's literally millions and millions and millions of people around the world have now got vaccines. And yes, there is breakthrough. There is breakthrough. The stat for breakthrough infection in the States, because they've got a much larger sample size and data size, the rate of infection in the States is 0.01% of breakthrough infection, of actually getting COVID once you're vaccinated. Then once you have COVID, if it's a breakthrough infection, the chances of it having serious damage or death is like even way less. In the hospitals in America at the moment, 98 to 99% of all COVID-related hospital patients are unvaccinated. Like it's insane. And then when you go deeper, right? This is what you need to ask anyone that's anti-vaccine. You need to ask, where did you get your information? Because it's always going to be bullshit. It's probably a YouTube video, and we're doing that right now as well. So don't but there. Instead of this YouTube video, even just this screen I've dropped here, right? There's all these. Oh, there, I said it. I didn't even see it on screen. I apologize. Breakthrough rate of 0.01. So I sounded super smart when it was literally on screen, and you're all going, you're just reading that off the screen. I didn't even see that. I apologize. 10,000 breakthrough cases out of 101 million vaccinated people. Holy shit. They've got 101 million vaccinations done. Good on you, Joe. Come on, Jack. Get your vaccine, Jack. Yeah, it's close to no one in Australia has died yet with two jabs. No one who's been double penetrated has actually died from COVID in Australia, which speaks volumes of itself, right? So you have to ask them, where do they get the information from? But then also, why? Why do they think that there's this experiment, there's the 5G, there's the microchip? Like, no one gives a shit about you enough to invest in that. Like, you are not important enough. Oh, they're trying to control us, brother. It's our freedom. Watch some trashy reality. Thanks for the entertainment. Thanks, Tink. I love you. Kate, I love you too. But it's 300 million people in the US. Long way to go, yeah. Off the topic, but we seriously messed up getting the vaccines out to the people, where US, especially a lot of Asian countries, are already 50% and more. Yeah. And look, I get why. It's because we were so low for so long. It didn't seem as urgent when you don't have the cases, right? In those countries like the UK and the US where they're getting absolutely decimated, they had to pump out the vaccine. And now we're seeing it ramp up a lot, obviously. My local one where Beck went today, get her double penetration. There was like people lined up around the corner, like around the whole parking lot. There's nowhere to go. You can't get in there, and they can't get appointments until the end of October or something. Lighter topic would be great. Yeah, we'll move straight on. Arthur, you want to do flat Earth? some more idiots. But the thing I want to say is, like, why? Because what they say is that it's the people that call you a sheep, right? Sheeple, you got your eyes closed, you need to wake up, it's the Great Awakening, blah, blah, blah. They want to control you, the government this, the government that, blah, 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 blah. But, like, if you think about that logic, I've said, Beck was saying this today earlier, right? The logic behind that, if they really want to kill the population, they're not going to do it to the people that are compliant. The ones that will wear masks, the ones that will take vaccines, the ones that will get shots. If there's some grand conspiracy to control us all, why would they kill the ones that are saying yes, the sheep? The ones that are like listening to the science, listening to the doctors. There's no way that they would then get rid of that portion of the population to only be left with the freaking cool dudes that their eyes are woke, man. They know what they're doing. Like, I tell you, brother, those ones, they don't want those ones left. And then the next logical step, if they are really trying to do population control, population cull, whatever you want to call it, the only reason why they would then give vaccines in order to facilitate this grand plan would be because there's a much bigger, stronger vaccine disease coming around the corner to wipe out the ones that did get vaccinated, right? Like, that's the only thing that makes sense. And we sort of seen that with Delta variant already. Not that I'm saying that COVID is at all man-made and all that sort of thing. So, yeah, let's get on to a fun topic then. What can we can do another sell of the century if you want to see me flex my brain power again. Or, if you like feeling smart, not by doing tests and trivia, but looking at dumb people, we did a couple of weeks ago with the QAnon stuff. Why not do Flat Earth? There's no logic. They love the government, and so long as they agree with the policies, she defends, yeah. COVID freedom, please. I would rather be in lockdown compared to the poor Afghans. What freedom do they have? Oh. Yeah, I mean, going from one hard topic to another, it's so heartbreaking. I was saying to Beck, like, the Taliban actually held a press conference and they're saying things like they're going to be a little bit more modern, women's rights and all that sort of thing. And then the very next day they shot a woman in the street for not wearing a burqa. I don't think America should have been there, ever. That's not to say the Taliban is like a good thing at all. And it's so tough because so many people are caught up in the middle of it, right? And the government that the Americans tried to put in place and had in place were just so corrupt and inept. It left a vacuum for the Taliban to fill. And within 72 hours of withdrawal or something like that, insane. Man. We're going to watch something. We're gonna do Flat Earth. I wanna look at Flat Earth. I'm just looking for the video.
White Claw!
Whoops, sorry. Okay. This is my favorite dude. We're going back to my favorite dude. Andrew from All Gas, No Brakes. Whoops.
Brain Blast. This is not real. We are here at the Flat Earth Convention in Dallas, Texas, where nearly 100 people have traveled across this two-dimensional planet plane to share the truth about what the hell is going on.
Joe said, Vietnam version 2, The Mess Left Behind. Yeah. I mean, I don't think there would have been a good way. There's absolutely zero chance that pulling out of Afghanistan, they could have pulled out of Afghanistan in any way that would have been okay. Same as Vietnam. There's just zero chance of making it go in a good format, like in a way that it was always gonna be disaster. So it was just a matter of how long do we delay it for, I guess. It sucks. It didn't go well. But I don't think it could have been avoided, to be honest.
Flat gang, baby.
Flat game all the way. That's flat.
What the hell is going on? The energy inside is electric. There's a lot of big
this
words
is gonna be
being
fun
thrown
because
around, and frankly,
look
I
at this
believe all of them.
already.
Let's go inside and figure out who's doing the lying.
Who's doing the lying?
Who's doing the lying?
Who's doing the lying?
Fucking tell me, Andrew, who is doing the lying?
What do you think about this guy?
Oh, God. Dave Nye, the lying guy. I think he's
Bill
a clown. I think he's an agent. I think he's a controlled operative. Basically, black magician that's been compromised working for the sorcery elite. He's selling solipsism, he's selling snake oil, he's selling deception, he's selling moral relativism. He's a demon, charlatan, manipulator, deceiver, and somebody to, keep a distance from.
So he's doing...
That's a lot. That's a lot to put on Bill Nye the Science Guy. His literal name is the Science Guy. But my dude here, this guy knows more. I mean, if you look at the attire even, not that that's ever a judge, not that's ever, but literally judging a book by its cover, this book cover says a lot compared to this book cover of a lab coat with a bow. Not that anyone can just put, anyone can put on a bow tie and a lab coat, but look at this compared to
doing
that.
the lying.
Absolutely.
If you had to guess, who put this guy up to it?
Again, you keep asking. You want me to define who they are? I don't know who. I mean,
Beck said that she'd trust Dave Nye way less than Bill Nye. Yeah, it's Bill Nye's shady brother. This is why I've never watched any... Oh, Sam, you are in for a treat. I cannot believe it, but there are people that literally believe that Earth is flat.
You just can't have a
amazing.
blanket statement and say it's the global Zionists, or say it's the Jesuits, or say it's the Mossad, or say it's the Rockefellers. Or...
There you go. Okay, so it always sneaks in. It's anti-Semitism. I don't know why the Jews always have to get linked. But no matter what, like all these conspiracy theories, whether it be anti-vaxxers today because of COVID, the pandemic's fake, it doesn't exist, flat earthers, 9/11 was an inside job, moon landings are fake, blah, blah, blah. It's all bullshit and they all have to link together. And once you believe one stupid thing, you believe another, QAnon, Pizzagate, all that stuff, right? Lizard people, the andronoids or whatever it is, like all that stuff. It always comes back to Jews for some weird reason.
Say it's the Illuminati. It's probably all of them.
You said the Jesuits,
right
the
there.
Mossad, the Rockefellers.
I mean, all the empirical
like
evidence overwhelmingly
anti-Semitism.
suggests that there's an enormous 200-foot ice wall holding the oceans in level and flat. The sun and the moon are luminaries. Same way there might be some dome with the crown chakra being the pole star. There's arguments on whether we live in a closed system, whether it's a firmament. I think it might be a closed system, a toroidal energy cosmic egg model.
Flat gang, baby.
Flat game all the way.
Flat gang.
Keep it flat.
Flat gang, baby.
Flat gang, baby.
Flat like top of the hat. Gotta keep it flat.
One more time. Flat gang.
Flat all the way.
That's flat gang, baby.
Flat gang? Yeah, flat gang all the way. That's flat. Adolf Hitler, they have reincarnated him. He has been cloned. The little short guy with the funny mustache about yay tall. He realized that the flat earth model was correct and went to seize the gate of the south in what we call Antarctica, a place called New Berlin, Antarctica. I believe that Hitler sequestered himself and his greatest scientific teams to New Berlin, Antarctica in the 1940s, in the early 1940s, where he built a manufacturing city.
Right, so Hitler discovered the flat earth theory and the Nazis built a city in Antarctica under the ice.
And they've been...
This is a real person that exists in the world. He's out in society, he's not visiting a freaking, a mental health facility or anything like that here. This is a convention where this dude roams free and says this stuff. That Hitler's been reincarnated. They discovered the flat Earth, and in Antarctica, there's
hiding the flat Earth reality to keep that land and New Swabia away from public scrutiny.
And I just wanted to say, Earth is flat, Jack. Flatter than a flapjack. We about to flat smack. Globers, get your backpack. I'm with my flat pack. Globes in the trash sack. Azimuth or equidistant map up on my snapback. Flat smacking everybody at Joe's Crab Shack. Looking at us like what we're saying is so abstract. Lesson 1, no curvature there to be found. How can it be a ball if nothing about it is round? Lesson 2, 3/4 of the ground is covered in flat water. Do you hear the way that sounds? Lesson 3, take a look at the stars that you see at night. Same.
This is where how to survive adulthood. Exactly. People are embarrassing. This is where the internet falls down. Without it, these idiots would be isolated as nature intended.
Constellations that you've been seeing for all your life. And never trust NASA because nothing they say is right. They're lying right to your face and they mock us in plain sight. You can straight up see the wires and the green screen glitches and the water bubbles floating on the spacewalk missions. It's detestable. I refuse to be another vegetable. Pseudoscience garbage will to me be unacceptable. Anyone with eyes to see don't have to be susceptible. Dispose of your globe in the nearest waste receptacle. We backpacking. You already know.
Since birth, you've been told about the curvature of the Earth. Like, hold on, if I can't see the other side of the planet, how the fuck does that work? They say the Earth is spinning, but I don't feel any motion. That's why the water's level all across the ocean.
You already know.
Everything is like crazy, man. You watch a documentary, it will change your life, dude. There's cures for cancer, there's a cure for AIDS. I just became vegan this last year, bro. I'm like, Pepsi had aborted babies, like the little fecal.
This guy's just throwing freaking fast, like everything. It's like freaking Pepsi's aborting babies and cancer is cured and I'm vegan. Like, what?
Cells inside of their flavoring.
Is there anything that you don't think was an inside job?
Beck, you can't have Pepsi. Pepsi's out. They put shit in the Pepsi. Kills babies, yo. Think about it. You see way less homeless people shouting at garbage cans these days. It's because they went online and found groups to belong to. That's true.
That's a tough one, you know. The Jews are in fucking. They freaking control all of everything. I mean, if you 9/11.
Jews
back
again.
to that. You know what? I
Always.
used to
I
lie
don't
to
know
people
why.
a lot about like, hey, my uncle was died in 9/11 because they think that you can't talk about a subject unless you have someone like, oh, my dad was there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, once you like open the box, you can't like close it. It's just you. Sometimes I want to go back to Britney Spears concerts and like, shit, you know, just like turn it off where you can just like. Whatever, but you can still enjoy life, you know. Basically, use another search engine besides the GOO one, you know. There's Jews controlling these companies. Flat Earth, I would just type that in.
Take a second glance if you happen to get the chance. Man, this world don't twirl like the Tour de France or shaped like Lance when he dropped his pants. There's no ball. Oh, there's no ball. Y'all, they've been stacking up the lies, but they all fall. Pinocchio used to go that the Earth's a globe, but then his nose done grown till it hit the dome.
Neil deGrasse can't debate these facts if he wanted to. Earth is flat and stationary, bro. That means it doesn't move. When confronted with the proof, liars get uncomfortable. NASA's been tricking us all. Gravity isn't a law. Ha, ha. Your whole reality is flawed.
Gravity's not real.
On a ball, but
what is going on here?
It's not tilted. It should be tilted and spinning. Also, you're going to notice some cartoon clouds here, or Photoshop. And then also, all that is observable here is Northern America. We have no Asia, no Europe, no Africa, no Australia, and no South Pole.
Isn't it on the other side?
That's how globes work. That's why it's a ball.
If you want to believe that the other ball is containing all those massive continents, then you're free to believe that. But Google Earth was developed by the CIA. My name's Nathan Thompson. I run the official Flat Earth and Globe discussion. We're on Facebook. We've got 125,000 members, real grassroots movement. So far, over the last 3.5 years, we've had ex-NASA employees, snipers, pilots, telecommunications, air travel controllers, microwave engineers. They all say it's flat.
Who's doing the lying?
Well, that's a good question. NASA's definitely in on it. There's some Freemasonry involved, some Jesuits involved. And some gravelers, you know. Most Jewish people are just mom and pops, deli owners. What I use is the word Zionist. So these are people that
Jews
are
again.
hell-bent
Holy
on
crap.
world domination, and
Holy
most
crap.
Gentiles
Why do people,
are not
like,
very
think-
conspiratorial
like, why?
minded, so they don't think that
Why do
the
they
earth
hate
could be
Jews so
flat. We
much?
can't wage war with the beast, but we can win souls for Jesus.
It's all mind control. You got a Kimmel and you got a Fallon, and I think both of those are Jewish-backed names. What we're standing on here is not what they told us it is. The whole thing can be solved very easily. How do you stand on Hitler? Do you believe in, if you research Hitler at all? Hitler was demonized by these Rothschild banker cartels.
What are you out here today to
Pro
talk
Hitler,
about?
Well,
down with the
is it
Jews
true?
again. What the
That's
hell?
the question that you need to answer. Thanks, Andrew. Do you feel yourself spinning, wobbling, gyrating? The earth doesn't move. We don't have toilet water flying out on people in Australia. It's because water
my God.
seeks level. It goes from your water closet to your bowl and beyond. Aren't we glad that it works that way?
Yeah, right.
It is. It's cool. I'm going to be driving separate to Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Why?
So the problem with this video specifically is that he doesn't debunk any of them. He doesn't say, well, it's because of this, right? Like, you can't feel the Earth's rotation because we're going with the Earth. When you're sitting in a car and you're flying at the same speed of that car, you're literally driving 100 kilometers an hour. Your body is also going 100 kilometers an hour. You're not freaking flying out of the car until you hit stop. The car stops, you keep going because you're literally flying 100 kilometers an hour. Like, it's the most... Whoops. It's the most basic physics learned in like year 7 maths, year 7 science. See you, Sam. Have a good one. There are 0 pilots that can pass the ATV believing the world is flat. That's stupid. Yeah, 100%. Any pilot that has their rating, they get up high enough, you see the curvature. It's so clear.
Well, because there's family tension. They're all excited about living on the globe, and I say, I know that's a lie.
So I wanted to ask you, who created this gravity lie?
Demon-possessed individuals still, I believe, are amongst us. Bill Nye,
Holy
seek the
shit.
truth. Give me a call.
The question is this a photo or a painting?
What's the answer, man?
Well, I'm asking you. Get you thinking, right? So, like, what are you really seeing? Is it an image? Because images can be Photoshopped, right? That's what really gets you going, and then you kind of go from there, man.
So yeah, that's Flat Earth. I love it. I love it so much because it's an example similar to the anti-vaxxers, right? Where every single thing about it is completely debunkable. It's been proven so many times over. Round Earth, globe Earth, has been proven by mathematics like literally thousands of years ago, hundreds of years ago. Like the Greeks and all that, like they've done the maths. It's been around for a long. It's not a recent phenomenon, and it's been proven so many times over. NASA's gone to the moon. They've seen it. There's been satellites. There's been photos. You can send up a weather balloon to take photos and see the curvature of the Earth. They've done there's a documentary on Netflix called Behind the Curve, and that's great because it's about Flat Earth, where they actually conduct experiments to prove the Earth is flat, and then on screen, on video, caught in 4K, they show that it's round. These flat earthers. Let's see if we can find it. It might like a trailer. I don't want to watch the whole thing. Behind the Curve. Okay, check this out.
First time I ever heard about the flat earthers was, I think, when I was in space last. I can't believe I'm talking about this.
I was well versed in just about every conspiracy you can think of.
Chemtrails, 9/11.
Did you know they made up dinosaurs?
I completely solved the JFK assassination, which I'll share with you at a different day.
And then Mark said that he was a member of the Flat Earth Society. And I said, oh, Mark, what are you on to now?
This is what it is.
Excuse me, anyone ever told you the Earth is flat?
So that image that they showed just there, this is what they think flat Earth looks like. This glass dome is called the firmament, and it keeps everything inside. And then Antarctica is actually a giant ice ring around the edge of the world, right? Which, you know, if that actually existed, how easy would it be to find? Like every person on the planet could literally just go and see the ice. I've seen memes that say that the reason why you 100% know that the Earth is not flat is because if it was, Disney or some companies would have made a giant swing that goes over and charge lots of money to do it. There would be trips to here. There would be, you know, look over the edge of the Earth. All of these things would be done by some corporation.
Anyone ever told you the
Jeff
Earth is
Bezos.
flat?
I caught his smile and he wasn't buying it.
Nobody wants to admit that they've been fooled, but it's happened to every one of us.
If you look on Google Trends, it's like spike.
There's now flat earth dating sites. I mean, we've got songs.
Why is it expanding the way it is?
If you get online, you'll see so-called evidence that seems scientific, and you go, huh, maybe they're onto something there.
Science is having a problem combating what we're doing.
Because they don't know how to address
that thing there, right? So the theory behind that experiment with the laser,
I want to believe this,
is that if the Earth is curved over a great enough distance, it drops off, right? And this is why if you look at ships going over the horizon, they go over the horizon, they disappear. Otherwise, you could see that ship forever and ever and ever on a clear enough day because it's flat. But they actually disappear. Things over the horizon drop off because they're now behind the curve and you can't actually see it. So what they did was they got this laser pointer and held it at 6 foot above sea level on a really, really, really flat, long plane. They then shone that laser. And in theory, if the Earth is flat, it should line up with what they're holding up the other end. Of course, it didn't. They proved that it didn't. Nice.
This doesn't mesh with reality, so don't change my view, change reality.
Now we're doing an international conference.
It's okay to believe all this is really happening.
Doco is on Netflix, by the way, and it's brilliant.
At a conference, we want to prove there's no curvature. And if we can do that, it's game over.
Can we get to the point where it's acceptable?
Yeah, that's right. Ancient navigation is based on sphere Earth. They've proven that thousands of times over. Copernicus probably said. And Beck said you could also see the ice ring from wherever as long as there was no mountains in the way. We should be able to see it. Off the end of Tasmania, look south and you'll see the ice ring. It's not freaking there. In that documentary as well, they got a laser gyroscope, which is the most accurate gyroscope you can get in the world, and it costs $20,000. These flat earthers bought it, invested in it, right? And a gyroscope will drift with the Earth because it's rotating. And they said if they get the laser gyroscope and hold it in place for long enough, you'll see that the Earth is flat because there's no movement, there's no drift. Of course, the Earth does revolve and rotate, and it showed the Earth was the globe. It showed them in scientific fact that they paid for 20 grand to buy a laser gyroscope, and they were wrong. So, yeah. Teachers told you they were behind the curve all the time, Joe. Yeah. I'm not going to say anything about that. My teacher said that I didn't live up to my potential. All the time. He's very smart, but he doesn't live up to his potential. That's my thing. Kind of the story of my life. But as far as potential goes, let's close it out. We're going to close it out tonight with another Sale of the Century type thing. I might do Temptation with Ed, my man Ed. I'm looking for an episode to watch.
Nervous contestants tonight. Very cool.
All right, let's go. Let's do some trivia. Play along with me, folks. We'll get my scoreboard going. Of course, we start at 20. Oh, no. It's already started. It's at 40 points. Let's pick another one.
Game. Here we go. Steve and Linda.
Oh, jumping straight into it. Let's go. Okay, folks, if you're playing along at home, this is Temptation, Australia's new version of Save the Century. Was done in the 2000s. I'm going to answer all the questions as best I can. I'm going to get 5 points or $5 if I get it right. -5 if I get it wrong. I don't have a buzzer, so I don't know if I beat him. It's just straight up answer it, get it right. Here we go.
60 seconds set on the clock. Time.
Wait a second. Part 4 of 4.
Nervous contestants tonight. Very cool.
That's why. So this is part 4 of 4. What's this one? Part 3 of 4.
Hello there, you're watching
Lifetime.
Ooh, can he do it? Let's find out and get the game on. Welcome to
Here we go.
Temptation.
This one's going to be it.
Rattling through, you look lovely.
How was your birthday last night?
Great, thanks. Still eating the cake and trying to digest
So we got
the thing
Ed
you cooked
Phillips
for me
and
for my birthday.
Lavinia
But thank
Nixon.
you.
I tried.
Now,
Fresh
Ben
off
is back
of
and looking good, our champ.
Hey,
I know
Saturday.
a very relaxing cruise is on the cards tonight, but you're a bit of an action man, I understand. Bit of mountain biking, bit of rock climbing. Any accidents?
Yep, been known to climb up a few rocks and fall off them, unfortunately.
Right.
What goes up must come down.
That's
Have I
good.
done this one?
Well, as gravity's
Let's go
law
to the
proved
teacher,
once
but this
again.
is
Let's hope things
night
are more
4, so
smooth
maybe we
sailing
watch night
tonight.
1 or
But good to
something.
see you back and playing for that fantastic cruise,
Gonna
so
go
we wish
anyway.
you well.
Good luck, Ben.
Couple
we
of
do
new
have
challenges.
a few challenges, and our first challenger wants to be the Melbourne Tigers mascot for a day so she can slam dunk off the mini tramp. From Mont Albert,
a
North
good goal. I
Victoria,
like that.
welcome Karen Woods.
And her name's Karen.
Our
Perfect.
second challenger loves to call Australia home. Originally from England, he's travelled the world before settling here. From Illawong, New South Wales, it's Tom Lethbridge.
Hi there, Tom.
Let's go,
How
Tom.
long have you been in Oz?
Sorry?
How long have you been in Australia for?
About 11 years now.
All right.
What do you love about it?
Oh, well, I've done a lot of research. I've looked at many different countries around the world, and Australia is just the best standard of life, and it's nice and relaxed, and it's a great place to bring up 2 children, which I have. So.
You're ready to go. Your hands are on the buzzer already.
What research
There's
did
no
you
points
do,
for
mate?
these questions.
Where else do I put them?
Just say I like the
Settle
beaches,
down. Good
man.
luck on the show
Shut up.
tonight.
Thanks.
And Karen, you're lovely. You work with the Big Brother, Big Sister outfit. They're great, aren't they?
Yeah, it's really good. I've volunteered with them, so I've just finished all the training and hoping to get assigned a little sister soon.
Right. Oh, good luck with that. And
Yeah,
what sort of
thank you.
age group are we talking about?
It's young people between 7 and 17, and they're always on the lookout for volunteers, especially guys. The guys won't commit, so
Great cause.
if anyone's
Looking
keen.
right at you.
Let's get the game on.
$20 for everybody. Wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you all later.
Alrighty, $20 to get started.
go.
And here comes round 1, everybody. In early 1961, which famous English pop group played its first gig at the... Karen?
The Beatles?
Yes, firstly in Liverpool and then another stint in Hamburg. From the Latin for word comes the name of which part of speech that expresses Ben?
Verb.
A teacher should know that. Verb is right. The champ's away.
Damn.
Widely regarded as the film that launched Hollywood's blockbuster era is which
Jaws.
The 10 Commandments.
No, which 1975 film starring a shark? Jaws, we needed there. Sprint
Thank
round
you.
time. Let's get 20 seconds up on the clock and get everyone firing. Your
Fast
time
money.
starts now. Which Australian media mogul controls publishing? Tom?
Murdoch.
Kerry Packer. The first black winner of a Best Actor Oscar was Sydney... Tom?
Poitier.
Yes. Mount Etna smoulders on which Mediterranean? Ben? Sicily. Is a piece of music marked adagio played fast or slowly? Ben?
Fast.
Yes. Typically, what single colour is an Aberdeen Angus cow? Tom?
Black.
Black.
Black on the buzzer will do us up to 25. That's good.
Let's keep bouncing up and down.
As we say. And we have a share of the lead. Karen and Tom, $25, just a
I'm tied
question
for the
clear
lead
of
as well.
Ben. And it's time for the Temptation Vault. Now, it costs $10 to play normally. However, as you are tied, we'll auction it off. Inside our Temptation Vault lies somewhere between $1 and $5,000 in cash.
I'm not
Shall we
playing
start
for
the
$10.
bidding at $10?
Not for
Oh,
10.
Karen, you're
Oh,
very
quick
that's
of
it.
the mark, Karen.
She wants the money. OK, the numbers are spinning. Karen, press your buzzer when
I like
you
that
would
this
like
poor
it to
woman,
stop.
Karen,
That cash will be yours.
the last 2 years has been the worst time ever to have her name.
$4,070.
Back then it was fine.
Great way to start the
Today,
round.
she's probably put up with a lot of jokes
Well done.
and a lot of
The round
shit.
continues. Reportedly saving the life of Captain John Smith, the leader of the English settlers in Jamestown, Virginia, was which Powhatan Indian woman? Ben.
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas or
Booyakasha.
Mataoka.
I watch Disney, bitch.
Heard around Australia as which veteran radio announcer nicknamed the Golden Tonsils? Karen?
John Laws.
John Laws.
Lawsy will get you up to $20. First of our Fame Game questions for you now. $10 behind one of our famous faces. Who am I? Born in 1954. When I was 6, my parents moved to Canberra, and the following year I was sent to the Chinese Opera School in Hong Kong. From 7 to 17, I studied acrobatics, singing, martial arts and mime. Tom.
Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan, yes. Didn't know he spent some time in Oz. Good pick-up.
He's Australian? What the hell?
9 smiling celebrities await you, Tom, tonight.
That's
Lavinia,
awesome.
they are.
Christine Spiteri from National
I love
9
Jackie
News.
Chan.
The man
Nope.
with the big red book, Mike
I know
Monroe,
him.
and This Is Your Life. Bewitched star, Shirley MacLaine. Richard Wilkins from The Today Show. Kerry-Ann Kennelly.
Dicko.
David Rain from Getaway. Yes, a dog has made it onto
David
the fame
Rain,
level.
Joe,
Eddie
your favourite
from
singer.
Frasier. The man behind the bar, Trevor Marmalade. And Mary Hart, Entertainment Tonight.
The dog from Frasier has made it on
David
the Fame
Rain
Game board.
singing,
That's fantastic.
Horses,
Tom,
of course.
it's your pick.
I've got to have the dog.
Go for the dog. Little Eddie, bless him.
The Lockout.
It's the lockout, all right. Tom, one of your competitors, Karen or Ben, will be locked out from answering the next 3 questions. It's your choice. You're level with Ben on 25. Karen just a question behind. Who will it be?
Sorry, Ben.
This happened to you the other day too, didn't it, Ben? You're locked out from the next 3 questions. We'll take a short break. That will happen when round 2 returns of Temptation.
Do we have
That's
ads?
right after this. Welcome back to round 2 of Temptation. Our champ is locked out. Ben, you were locked out last night and still won. You're locked out now for the next 3 questions. So Karen and Tom, here we go. At the end of World War II, former Nazi leaders were tried for war crimes in which German...
Nuremberg.
Nuremberg?
Yes, up to 25, share of the
Thank
lead.
you.
In 2000, the title of Time magazine's Man of the Year was broadened to what of the year?
Person.
Tom.
Person of the year?
Yes, more politically correct. Among the first domesticated animals was which carnivore related to wolves, foxes,
Dogs.
Tom?
Dog.
And jackals. The dog gets you into the lead. The lockout is over. Ben, you're back
That's
in the
it.
game.
I'm
and
away
it's
now.
time
They
for
can't
the
catch
gift
me.
shop. Tom,
Watch
you
this.
lead by $10 from both Karen and Ben. Chance to purchase here with Lavinia.
In true Nordic style, form meets
Ooh,
function, and
cutlery.
everyday cutlery is
Should I buy
transformed
cutlery?
into a work of art. This minimalist
They're pretty
collection
fancy.
was
I don't know
created in
if we need-
1957 by Arne
Damn,
Jacobsen
look at that.
and is even more contemporary looking today. Termed
love it.
no-nonsense cutlery, this setting for 8 is finished in matte stainless steel and priced at $1,736. Tonight you only have to fork out
It's literally 4
$10
sets.
from George Jensen.
That's very good.
Oh, the analogy.
Fork out $10. Tom, will you fork out $10? We'll have a triple tied game. Get that beautiful cutlery.
No, thank you.
That was a
doing it.
long pause.
I want that
wasn't
cutlery.
it?
Look at
You
those
meant
spoons, yo.
feeling, yes, but I
I
heard
was waiting
How
for
much
you to say
cereal I
something
could eat with a
else.
spoon
well,
like
like
that?
$200
That'd be
or something.
No, not that.
$400. Going once.
They look
twice.
like prison made for $1,700
knives,
bucks.
no
I'm going
forks.
to take it.
No spoon.
Going back down to 40.
Never
Should
mind.
we
You
got
keep the
cutlery?
lead. $35. A couple of questions clear of Karen and Ben, and the round continues. In 1881, one of the first high society women of her day to go on the stage was the lover of the future Edward VII, Lily who? Tom.
Langtry?
Lily Langtry, also known as the Jersey Lily. Instituted by George Washington in 1782, was which US military decoration now awarded to those wounded or killed in action?
Purple Heart.
Tom.
Legion of Honor?
And there's the Purple Heart there, back to 35. Fame game time. We've now also got the $15 behind one of our famous faces. Who am I? Born in 1982 in Liège, Belgium. I set high standards as a junior competitor, taking the Junior Orange Bowl International Championship crown in Miami, Florida in 1990. Ben.
Justine Henin-Aden.
Impossible name to pronounce, and you're right. Well done. Tennis champ. Top-ranked player.
I don't even know who
Thank
that
goodness the
is.
French teacher helped us out with that one. Okay, an important pick for you, champ.
It has to be Richard Wilkins because I once helped him move a sofa in a lift.
Well, there's a link
You just
and a
wanted to get that
fantastic one.
story in there. No one cares, mate.
The Turbo.
Well, this will up the stakes. As we know, the next 3
I'd do a
questions
marathon-
worth $10
marathon
each,
session,
everybody.
yeah.
So
Why
here we
not?
go. Chance to make some good inroads. American jazz musician Gene Krupa won widespread fame during the swing era, playing which instrument? Tom.
Trumpet.
Trumpet.
The drums, Tom. We needed the drums.
Damn.
Joining with another union in 1993 to form the Maritime Union of Australia, the WWF, Karen?
Builders and labourers.
Wharf workers.
No, it was the What Workers Federation of Australia, the Waterside we needed.
Waterside. Damn
Examples of which geographical feature include Baikal, Tanganyika, Superior, Victoria and Tom.
Mountain.
Lake. They're all lakes, yes. Back up to 35 in the turbo round. It's over for now, but it's sprint round time, everyone. Got another 20 seconds on the clock. Here we go. Your time starts now. Born in 1953, was Australian actor and TV presenter Noni who?
Hazelhurst.
Hazelhurst.
Yes. What small, low-lying country is bounded by Germany and Belgium? Ben.
Luxembourg.
Holland. Describing a capital letter is the adjective upper. Ben.
Case.
Yes. Tim, Nathan, Kathleen, Kelly and Charlie. Tom.
High five.
Yes. Rhyming with few is what kind of tree? Ben.
You.
You on the buzzer is right once again in the last fraction of a second.
I love fast money.
Gets an
I love fast
all-important
money.
question right. Good round, everybody. It's
If
a
the whole
tight
show
one
was
too.
fast
Tom's
money, I'd
slipping
score
away on
$1,000.
$45. Karen 15, Ben 30. We'll take a quick break. We've got round 3 right around the corner when Temptation returns after this.
Okay, so I'm 50. I'm still in front.
Hello there, you're
I've got
watching
some
Temptation.
spoons.
Big Thursday night game. Our champ under a little bit of pressure once again, but that's how you've won over the last 3 nights. So here we go into round 3. Beginning with D, which city is the chief seaport of South Africa? Tom.
Durban.
That is right, up to 50. Named after a diminutive hero of folk tales was which boat in which Bass and Karen?
Gulliver.
In which Bass and Flinders explored the coast south of Sydney? We needed Tom Thumb. Don't fret, plenty of questions still to come, Karen. Which long-running musical that opened on Broadway in 1975 is set at an audition for an upcoming Broadway production? Tom.
Same.
Chorus line.
Chorus line we needed there. Back to 45. Gift shop time. Tom, even though with that
pretty
slight
happy with that
stumble,
one.
you
I wasn't
maintain the
sure.
lead. You're 15 clear of Ben, 45 to spend now. Wonder if we can tempt you with Lavinia.
This is the next generation in home viewing. When you take home this LCD TV, you take temptation
32
into
inch.
the future. The big 32-inch widescreen gives
Look at
crisper,
that.
brighter pictures. Plus,
You know, it's
this
funny
home
that in
theatre is
2021,
wireless. Just think, no message
That's the
cords
size of the
bursting out
monitor
from
I'm
behind
looking
your
at now.
system.
That
It's valued
TV
at
is the same size as my computer monitor.
$5,498.
It costs
or be tempted for $15 from
$5,500.
LG Electronics.
My monitor was 360 or something.
Well, Tom, you got picked at the post for the Temptation Vault cash now. Clear leader, 15 clear of Ben, in fact. How about your purchase here with this?
Something
lovely
for the
looking-
kiddies at home. I know you've got 2.
I don't want it
High five would
because,
look very good on
like I
that.
said,
No wires.
my TV is bigger
Fantastic
than that
sound,
already.
big picture. Let's make it
Tempted.
$12. Going once.
Damn, that's a lot, man.
Twice. Going 3 times.
Any cash?
No cash. Going 3 times or gone. Very lucky too.
Is Ben going to lose here?
Back to 33,
Champ?
you're in the lead, but by $3, we have a game on our hands. Port Pirie, Port Augusta and Whyalla. Karen.
South Australia.
You're right. Lie on which large gulf indenting the coast of South Australia?
Australian Bight.
The Spencer Gulf.
Oh, damn it.
What is the particular type of plastic from which Australian currency notes? Ben.
Polymer.
Yes, champ, up to 35 into the lead. Arrested in 1977 for a series of murders in New York, David Berkowitz was known as the son... Karen.
Sam.
That's better, the son of whom? All the money's in play, everybody, and that includes the $25 now, along with the wild card. So for a crucial pick, who am I? Born in Bulgaria in 1935. After attending the Fine Arts Academy in Sofia, I went to Prague. Later working in Paris as a portrait artist, I met Jean-Claude de Guillabon, whom I married in 1959. I began my particular form of art on a small scale. Bottles, motorcycles, a girl, a tree, creating shrouded and packaged forms. Then in 1968, Jean-Claude and I wrapped in plastic the art museum. Ben.
Christo.
Christo it is, yes,
Oh, look at the
Very
freaking tracking
timely
in
pick.
his VHS
Christo
there.
Yavachev. And that gets you a vital look at all our famous faces. Who will it be?
It will be Trevor Marmalade.
Good luck with clever Trevor Marmalade from the Footy Show.
Real Trevor Marmalade.
All right, well, the burglar's here to take $5 from one of your competitors. Karen's on 10.
Go on, Tom.
Sorry, Tom.
Imagine if
Tom,
he took it from
$5
Karen.
off your
That would have
score.
been freaking
Back to
savage.
28, and the rest of the money lies in hiding. Lavinia, where was it?
It was hiding behind Christine Spiteri. She had the wild card. Shirley McLean the $10, Mike Munro the $15, and David Rain had the $25.
Well, a
favourite
little bit
singer
of
again,
karma.
Joe.
He did lock you out in the first round, so there you go. And we have a great game on our hands. The champ with his nose just in front. We're back with the final round, the fast money, right after this.
Fast money, baby. I'm in the lead. I'm 60. shutting them out, dominating, and we've got fast money coming up. Watch this.
Welcome back to Temptation. Well, it's been a head-to-head battle tonight with Ben and Tom. We had the burglar in play. We had the lockout a little bit earlier. 60 seconds fast money time now for our final round to see who'll be champ tonight. Good luck, everyone. Your time starts now. What nickname has the Australian women's basketball team? Karen?
Boom Opals.
What is the sum of 16 and 27? Ben?
43.
34.
Yes. First alphabetically is which Australian state? Tom?
ACT.
New South Wales. Legal proceedings must begin within the time outlined. Tom?
Limitations.
By the statute of yes. Who plays Samantha in the big screen remake of TV's Karen?
Nicole Kidman.
Nicole
Yes.
Kidman.
Which of Jesus' apostles is considered the first pope? Ben?
Peter.
Pius.
St. Peter. The popular opera Carmen is traditionally sung in which language?
Spanish.
Italian.
French. Severity disguised by kindness is called an iron hand in a white glove. Tom?
Velvet.
Silk.
Velvet. Having a golden luster, iron pyrites is commonly called...
Fool's gold.
Ben? Yes. Which Olympic swimming stroke does not begin with the letter B? Tom?
Freestyle.
Freestyle.
Yes. Big in the 70s was what dish of dipped bread in melted cheese? Ben?
Fondue.
Yes. Bridget, Henry or Jane, which actor Fonda was born? Ben?
Bridget.
Henry.
Henry on the buzzer. String knotted together in a lacy pattern constitutes what craft? Tom?
Lace.
Macrame. We needed it on the buzzer there. So Ben...
I didn't go as good as I wanted, but I still won. 70 points, beat the champ.
Me stumbling over half the questions,
On night number 4, Karen. Oh, poor Kaz.
60
Ended up on
seconds
5.
is his game.
That 60 seconds seems to take a couple of minutes in the end sometimes. Well done, Ben.
Yeah,
That
that's
was a
right,
good
James
point.
Rain.
Congratulations.
David
Doing it
Rain.
the hard way.
This is the guy that
Now,
said
Tom, you've got that amazing home theatre package that's worth $5,498.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, lucky you bought that,
You've got
Tom.
that vault money, $4,070. Well done.
Nice, Karen.
Good night by both our challengers.
That's
Thanks
awesome.
for being on the show. Also got this terrific consolation prize.
Tonight you can take a little
I want
temptation
that.
with you. We have a 10-gram bar of precious gold for you both. It's guaranteed 99.99% pure gold from the Perth Mint.
Well, Ben, you've done it again. Well played.
Thank you.
Now, it wasn't all smooth sailing this time round, champ. How'd
Far
you go
from
in
it. that
last minute?
The mad minute. I thought I was going to lose it.
Yeah, well,
in more ways than one.
it's been the strongest part of your game over the last few nights. Did it feel a bit more pressured?
A few years ago.
Yes, the stakes
But
are
now
high.
that 10-gram
Yes.
bar of gold is
Well,
worth
the
about
prizes keep increasing in
$850.
value. Tonight, as our fourth
bad.
night champ, let's
Not
take
bad.
a look. This is all yours.
Sail into
gets
the
a cruise.
Mediterranean sunset
I don't
on
want
the
a cruise.
Sea Opera
Stop that.
class with Austrian Airlines to Venice. From there, you're cruising this
Nope, no
très
cruise.
romantique. How's my accent?
The Volvo would be nice.
Wouldn't it just?
Style. 5 in the
Volvo back
luxuriously equipped interior.
The win under
Tell me
your
if he
belt.
comes
Now,
back.
come back and win 6 nights. You get all the prizes, Ben, and then things start to
Should I
look
come
very
back? I'm gonna
interesting.
come back.
Because with 7 wins,
See,
this could be the icing on the cake.
Ben, you are cruising
brother, we need
towards
to,
the
we need
ultimate
to.
temptation.
Hopefully
$500,000
next year,
in
if we
solid
get out of
gold.
this, eh?
Some big breaths now, Ben. It gets down to the critical
Have a
part
good
of the
weekend,
evening.
man.
Do you want to take that European cruise worth $30,000 into your cash account? I believe you're taking some instruction. What does the boss say?
I'm coming back.
Great.
Of course you are.
The V50 T5, the turbo, and whatever extra cash we can now put into
All
this
right,
cash
10
account.
more questions,
Okay,
that's
we'll
it.
do that by playing 10 in a row once again. And as you know, once again, we'll have 60 seconds to correctly answer as many
Cruise.
questions in a row as you can. For each question you answer correctly, the amount in your cash account will increase. Answer 10 in a row, that will peak at $100,000. That's where we want to go. If you get one wrong along the way, though, we reset back to 0. And if you pass on
That's
any,
tough,
we'll take
how
that
it
as
just
incorrect
bounces back
and start
down.
again. Once again,
So you
it's
need
your
to hit
choice
10
from
in a
these
row.
5 different sets of questions. Which will it be? Thursday.
Number 1, thanks.
Number 1. All right, I'm dialing it up. 60 seconds coming up on the clock. We wish you the very best of luck. And your time starts now. What colour is the disc on the flag of Japan?
Red.
Yes. Also starting with P is what other noun for a pope?
Pontiff.
Yes. What's the name of London's giant Thames-side Ferris wheel?
The Eye.
London Eye.
Yes. Sharon Stone stars opposite Michael Douglas in which 1992
Basic
movie?
Instinct.
Basic Instinct.
Yes. Aussie midfielder Harry Kewell plays for which English football club?
Liverpool.
Yes. Who is the Roman god of fire?
Vulcan.
Yes. The martini is typically a cocktail of vermouth and what?
Gin.
Yes. Which whale is the largest living toothed animal?
The
Blue whale.
The sperm whale. In 2001, which company merged with mining giant BHP?
Billiton.
Blue Scope, no.
Billiton. Which American composed the 1973 musical A Little Night Music?
Sonnenberg.
No.
Sondheim.
What is the anatomical name for the breastbone?
The clavicle.
Sternum. Which Australian state has the black swan for an emblem?
WA.
Yes. On the buzzer, oh, we got some money.
We got $1,000.
But $1,000,
Good job.
and we did get up there to $20,000, I have to tell you. So, we still have another $1,000 in that cash account.
It's killing me.
We're up to three.
All right, folks, that is another episode of Temptation. That is another Friday night fun one. I am going to sign off now. Lorenzo's in Perth, yeah, man. He's in Perth, so that's tough. You're in Melbourne, Lau's in Perth. A bunch of us still in Sydney, but we're still hanging in there. But I had a fun one. Thank you. I had a good time. To all the people that stopped in, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Art, you're the best. Joe, you know I love you. Have a good night. Don't work too hard. But I'm going to try to do this again at some point. I don't know. It's tough. You got kids. We got, other stuff going on. And I've just done 3 hours of this. So while my wife sits on the couch by herself, which I don't always like doing. Maybe if we can get enough messages of support, she might join me in a stream one day and we can comment and stuff together, because as you can see from the chat, she's a one funny lady, which is a big reason why I married her. But thank you, everyone. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Go do all that sort of thing. Follow me, and I don't know how to do all that. I'm not really a streamer person, but thank you for the company. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to, as I said, a minimum every Friday I'm going to be here. Hopefully I can do an ad hoc one here or there. Maybe it won't be as long. We can do shorter sessions during the week or something. I don't know. But I'm going to leave you all. I love you. Thank you. And we'll catch you on the other side of this lockdown. Hopefully we get out very soon. But yeah, peace everyone. Have a good time. I love you.